Hello? Hi! Hello, friends. I'm back after a few days of not streaming. I'm pretty sure I had mentioned that recently I've just been up to a lot. Uh, I had done some auditions for an indie game for voice acting. I've been taking voice acting classes, uh, quite a few of them in recent weeks. And it has all, I mean, it's all been very, very worthwhile. Very, very much so. But it has also just been a lot. um, but regardless, uh, it was it was just, it was a bit stressful because it's a lot of stuff that I wasn't really used to, and I also really wanted to do a good job, and so I got really in my head about that, of course. Um, you know, just regular anxiety stuff. But yeah, so I took a nice few days off after doing my last Boola stream, just to kind of really have a few days where I felt like I didn't have to worry about anything or rush anything or perform to anyone's expectations, and it was nice. Definitely a good few days. Honestly, I'm still a little bit tired today. Part of that is just because I was kind of irresponsible going to bed last night, but also I think I'm just kind of still decompressing a little bit. But yeah, I still wanted to get back to PGR because I still have two side story chapters to go through. Woven Prologue and Ideal Cage. And I want to go through those so that I can get caught up. And then I will not only be caught up with the global story, I will be caught up with the Chinese story as well for the very first time. I'm so excited. Yes. Also, I guess that actually means, for the record, I might as well show. The newest construct came out on Global as well. And I've got her, Veronica Aegis. She had been in the game technically since the update came out, but she herself wasn't actually released until the 10th. So you could just look at her. but now she is obtainable, and I have gotten her. She's a new physical amplifier. She has the ignition effect. Neat stuff. Anywho. But actually, Veronica is not who we're focusing on tonight. Because this story is about A-rank character, Discord Secator. This maid girl with fancy scissors. Giant scissors. She's been an NPC for a while now, and now she's finally playable. She's in the Scarab Squad, along with fellow A-rank construct Yata. Where is she? Here she is. I don't know a whole lot about this side story. I know obviously it deals with Discord. I think it's probably got to do with her backstory, but I don't know for sure. Oh, and I think this is probably the trailer. So we will look at this.
Freedom is bait. Cheaply offered, yet dearly priced by those in power. I've long grown accustomed to any obedience training. I follow any given orders.
Stop! Don't come any closer!
follow my orders. Just like old times.
Oh, it didn't show the full trailer, just that. Security. And we get to have more Lilith. That'll be fun. Lilith is a fun character. Very evil, but that's part of what makes her fun. Godfather. It was a winter day. There couldn't have been a worse beginning. Wonder what that means. Damn it! Those old bastards grabbed every scrap of food and trashed whatever they couldn't carry. What, are they trying to starve us? Crumbs of compressed biscuits are pressed into the dirt, too small to pick up. Even the pigeons can't find anything to peck at. The old scavenger keeps scraping at the ground with cracked hands, trying again and again to gather the crumbs, cursing under his breath. Thank goodness these old legs can still walk. Just wait, all of you will be limping one day. A torn sofa spills its rotting stuffing, with broken ceramic plates scattered beside it. The air stinks of fermenting fruit peels mixed with a sharp, burnt odor. A biting wind blows through, sweeping the stench away for a moment before it's gone. No again. He grips his aching leg and tilts his head back, gritting his teeth like he's forcing himself to stand through sheer will. Hunger and the dizziness from standing after crouching so long leave him breathless and exhausted. Hey, what about you, brat? You stinking old man, I told you to stop calling me a brat. A boy's voice comes from somewhere inside a heap of junk. Moments later, a dust-covered figure squeezes out from between two warped wooden boards. Hey, I've asked you your name plenty of times, but you just keep it to yourself. Just don't call me that. Dust in my mouth. Rotten luck today. Walked all that way and only found a dented can someone had already picked over. Under a collapsing building. At least it's so empty it can't make us sick. We'll split it later. That building used to be part of a lively little town. They've cleared it out too, huh? No value. They abandoned it without a thought. Probably Sinclair again. Hard not to know his face. Plastered everywhere. The benevolent tycoon who saved this tiny speck of a desert city. Even dogs are sick of hearing that story. Red Sinclair. So what? Works out for us, doesn't it? As long as we stick near these glowing gates, there'll always be food and clothes getting tossed out. You fool. The more of those gates they build, the more people like us there will be. Los Prados Entertainment Hall, never-ending party. Forget your troubles, step into paradise. Sing, dance, you thieves and scoundrels, dance yourselves to death in your gilded cage. Hi Ash Frost, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. Also, hi Neil, how are you as well? I hope you're also having a good day. Take it easy, old man. If you'd swallowed your pride and applied for Los Prados age sooner, you wouldn't still be dragging that bad leg around here. What do you know about aid programs? All lies. They're nothing but filthy hyenas in fine clothes feeding on corpses. And you stop with the big talk, kid. The words hit a raw nerve. His face twitches with rage, but when he opens his mouth to curse, nothing comes. His cheeks flush, and all he can manage are angry, incoherent mutters. Swallow my pride? Why don't you beg your parents to take you back? You showed up here scavenging in a tie like some fancy gentleman, and look at you now, filthy every day. What a sorry sight. Where's your pride? Did the dogs eat it? This week has been stress, and you're a bit at your wit's end, but holding on. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it'll get better for you. Or at least if not, I hope you'll be able to relax this weekend. Imagine being smack-talked by an ill old man. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh god. I do a weirdly good old person voice. Thank you. I played an old man in a play when I was in high school. So I got a lot of practice then. And fun fact, people told me that my old person walk was really good, and I told them, that's because I'm sick. I have walking pneumonia, and I have for this entire production. That's a true story. It was not fun. Ooh, yeah. The argument escalates. At first it's just shoving, but soon they're on the verge of a fight. I had walking pneumonia. Don't recommend it. Very unfortunate. Yeah, I was having a hard time walking around because just like I would just be in so much pain, really. It was a lot of chest pain, and it would just make it hard to walk. Never heard of walking pneumonia? Well, like what if? At least it wasn't. At least it wasn't like running ammonia. God, yeah, imagine if it had been that. What is the difference between Okay, walking pneumonia is just a non-medical term for a mild form of pneumonia. Okay, so it's basically like pneumonia, but not that bad. But yeah, still not fun. Still very painful. Don't recommend it. And it lasts a while. Thankfully I wasn't contagious for most of that period of time, but it lasted for a while. I remember there were days where I had to leave play rehearsal early that year because I was just in too much pain. I distinctly remember one time, like my mom came to school to bring me some hot chocolate because she knew I wasn't feeling good. And I went to go get it outside, and I was like in so much pain that I was like hobbling. And my mom, when I like finally got out the door of the school, saw me like hobbling, and she like came over and helped me into the car. And like gave me the hot chocolate. She was like, we're gonna go home now. And so we just called the director of the show, and we were like, yeah, I don't think I can stay today. The good thing is the director of the show was extremely accommodating to me when that was happening. Never once gave me grief for being sick and, you know, missing performance or like sitting down because I was in pain. It was very, very kind. And I think that's good because, you know, I feel like it's so easy for people to just be like, well, like, you're sick, but you're able to come in, right? So you got to do everything. And like get upset with you for not being okay. So I do give him a lot of credit for being very accommodating toward me while I was very sick and in a lot of pain. Full tangent. Didn't mean to talk about that for so long. Let's get back to this, like, teenage boy fighting with an old man. I know, right? How dare I get sick on production time? How dare I be sick for the entire production, even? What's it to you? You don't know anything about me. Garbage like us. We're just waiting for the whole world to clear us out. Who are you calling garbage? Even my parents never said that to me. With a loud thud, the boy charges like a bull, slamming the old man into a pile of old books and newspapers, sending pages flying. You listen to me, kid. Oh. A kitten? They both freeze. Still pressing his head into the old man's chest, the boy frees one arm and shoves aside the junk in front of him. God, yeah. The audacity of trying to fight an infection in my lungs. I should have just let it rot through me until I couldn't breathe. The kitten oh, that's not a cat. That's not a cat, that's a baby. The kitten cries grow louder. They follow the sound source and exchange a bewildered look. I have a feeling this is Discord. No, it's a baby. A human infant wails at them from inside a swaddling cloth. Reminds you of when you were in Vegas with bronchitis. Oh. Yeah. I have a friend who has chronic bronchitis. Does not sound fun. And I'd imagine being in Vegas with that would not be a good time. You remember getting sick with respiratory virus during the beginning of your spring semester finals in community college. During your finals? Oh my god, that's awful. Ugh, that's horrible. Oh, I should say, one other good thing about that play, where I was sick, because I was a senile old man, I got to spend a lot of time on a bed. So sometimes when I was I was on set a lot. I was just in bed for a lot of it because I was an old man. And so I would just lie there and just be like, okay. Don't know if I've ever been, but Vegas has no clean air. We were in a smoke-infested casino and went outside to get fresh air, and it was still just smoker air. I've never been to Vegas, but I have been to New York City. I don't know if it's as unclean as Vegas. Probably not. Maybe not. But it was still I could smell cigarette smoke when we were walking around that city a lot. It was not pleasant to me, especially as someone for whom those never smoke cigarette videos that they showed us in school worked very well and filled me with the fear of God. The air there is way better than Vegas. Okay, yeah, I figured. Yeah, but yeah, those videos worked very well on me as a child. They were like, it'll make you die. And I was like, okay, I will never touch a cigarette. And I didn't. Cause I don't want to die. I don't want to have part of my throat removed. I don't want any of that. Those videos scared me a lot as a child. They worked very well. Yeah. And when I learned that secondhand smoke is also dangerous, I was like, well, now anytime I'm ever around someone smoking a cigarette, I will have to not breathe. Damn it! Leaving a baby out here in this weather. Were they trying to kill her? Their eyes returned to the baby, still struggling to wave her tiny fists. The cold has turned her skin a frostbitten red-purple, and even her whimpers are growing faint. Oh. The old man wipes his hands over and over on his ragged coat, then hesitates, too afraid to take the swaddled baby. Did you keep it down? Cry anymore and you'll be out of strength. She's a baby. What else is she gonna do? The young scavenger shoves past the hesitant old vagrant, tucking his hands into his sleeves far too long for him. Move aside, Ping. There. No more crying. Wait, who's Ping? Is Ping the old man? You're pretty good at this. I used to have a little brother. I'd take care of him when my parents were at work. Then one day he got sick and died. After that... The boy exhales a cloud of white vapor, gasping like the cold has stolen his breath, and falls silent. That's so. Ping doesn't ask any more questions. Among scavengers, there's an unspoken rule. You don't dig into someone's past unless they bring it up themselves. The baby finally stops crying, whether from exhaustion or the warmth in the boy's arms. Next time I'm in New York City, let you know so you can say hello. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be going there anytime soon. Ping can't do anything to help. He just paces in circles, but there's nothing around. No belongings, no clues. Nothing that could prove the baby's identity. But I'll try to remember that. I'll try to remember you said that if for some reason I ever go to New York City. No plans to at the moment, though. The last time I went there, I think was when I was like 13. So it's been more than 10 years. I've only been twice. The other time was when I was like 8. I am not the traveler in the family. My sister and my dad, they like to go travel. Me and my mom don't very much. It stresses me out. No name tag, no forgotten trinket, not even the faintest trace of a mother's scent. The swaddling is thick with dust, as if it were hastily taken from some long-forgotten corner. Hey, we can't raise a baby. You want it scavenging with us and sleeping under bridges? And in this cold, where would we get milk? Fair, and New York City is stressful and expensive if you aren't nearby. Yeah. Because a lot of people want to live there. A lot of people want to live there. So it is stressful. Unfortunately, one of the few places I've ever considered going is also rather stressful and expensive. Ugh. But I don't want to talk about that right now. Then I'm going to have to confront my reality. You lived there during college. It was a fun time. Ah. I guess you went to college in New York City. That's neat. I don't think I ever looked at any schools in New York City myself. My sister did. She looked at NYU a little bit, but I don't remember. I don't think she liked it. And I was there for her college road trip because my parents didn't want to leave me alone at the house. And my God, I hated that trip. I hated it so much. It was so boring. The one good thing that came out of it was my sister visited Yale, and the tour guide at Yale was very handsome, and I looked at him a lot and thought, oh damn, that's a man. And stupid little me was like, oh my god, if I go to Yale one day myself, maybe I can meet this guy. Not considering that like he would probably have been graduated by then. And I didn't go there. I didn't even look. Because by the time I was looking at colleges myself, I was like, yeah, I don't think I could get into Yale. Oh! Hey! Thank you, Cole! Thank you for the raid! Ah! I finally set up alerts. So this is my first alert that I've actually been notified about. That's awesome! Hey, Cole! How are you doing? I hope you had a fun stream. What were you streaming? And hi, Cycle. Thanks for coming along with the raid. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're both having a good day. Yeah. Let me know what you were streaming. You enjoyed the deaths of Cole? Well, you are a necromancer. I guess it only checks out that you'd enjoy death. Yeah, I'm having a decent day, I'd say. Just, you know, I said before, like, since the past week or so has been a bit stressful, I've just been taking some time to kind of relax. So lots of quiet time, which is very nice. So yeah, I'm having a decent day, I'd say. Still kind of tired though. The boy stays silent, jaw set, so Ping tries again. Oh, and you can see here we're playing some more Punishing Grey Raven. We're doing another side story. This one's called Woven Prologue. And it's about a character named Discord. She's appeared in a couple of my streams before, when I've done other side story chapters. You were playing 3 scary games on the GameCube: Eternal Darkness, Resident Evil, and Luigi's Mansion. I see. Luigi's Mansion sounds fun. And yes, you may have died a few times in Resident Evil. Well, isn't that just what happens? That's just what happens when you play games like that, you know? You die a few times. You get nommed by some zombies. That Leon Kennedy, though. Although, wait. If it wasn't... It might not have been one of the ones with him. That Chris Redfield, though. Anyway. Yeah, Punishing Gay Raven. You get Leon pregnant. I don't doubt it. I think one of my friends is like obsessed with Resident Evil, and I think has the like noir detective like DLC outfit or like mod or something for the Resident Evil 2 remake. And I don't super like watching that game because it scares me, but I do like looking at Leon with his hair slicked back in a nice fancy outfit. Listen, Brett. This isn't like picking up a stray cat or dog. The baby can't live on expired canned food like we do. I know. The baby's parents must be garbage. Well, maybe they were in trouble. Maybe they had no choice. No, they're just like my parents. Dumped me with some shameless relatives and never came back. I'll go to New Neelis myself and get the truth. What? Your parents were from New Neelis Air Force Base? Little brat is the role I was born to play. I don't know if that's a compliment. That place closes all its checkpoints once winter sets in. The boy rolls his sleeves up, turning them over until he finds a patch of clean inner fabric. He gently wipes the baby's face with it. Ping quickly pours a little water from his flask to dampen the cloth and help. Those relatives even drove my dog away. Beat it until it cried. Said it had no value and they'd never take on another burden. Value? So my only value to them was the foster money going into their account? That dog was my last family. Before she left, my mother never let me name it. Said naming it would make me too attached, and saying goodbye would hurt more. Did she already know? Had she already decided to get rid of me? And why name me Felix and my little brother Lucius? The boy pulls a dog tag from inside his coat, polished to a shine through his daily care. Now Ping understands why the metal tag is blank. I'd rather be out here on my own than ever forgive them. Ping falls silent, meeting the boy's stubborn gaze before letting out a long sigh. He used to think the boy was just wandering around looking for a lost pet dog, and that once he tasted real hardship, he'd come crawling back home in tears. The boy's voice is barely a whisper in the cold, soft enough to vanish into the wind. Then it suddenly grows louder. I'll go find it! Whatever we need. Food, baby stuff, anything. I'm small, quick, I can squeeze through anywhere. There's no way this world can't make room for one baby to live. Hey, brat. You... Poor baby. Were you thrown away because they thought you had no value too? But a newborn is innocent. The purest thing in... Ugh. The purest thing in the world. Unlike my nasal cavities. Felix looks from the baby to the tag he clutches even while he sleeps. Value. Value. Ping's eyes go distant, the words he's held back slipping free. Why do you still carry that dog tag if it has no value anymore? This is my treasure, the boy says solemnly. I always thought, even if I died, no matter where, as long as I had this, someone would know who I was. No matter what I become, this dog tag is the one thing that makes me different. Old memories press heavier and heavier on Ping's chest until anger bursts out of nowhere. That's what soldiers' dog tags do! You little brat! Who do you think you are? Look around, this isn't a war zone! It's a stinking garbage heap! Tomorrow we might not find food! The day after, a blizzard could hit, and we'd both be buried right here! Who in this world cares if you live or die? Ping's eyes brim with tears as he yells, but it sounds more like he's shouting at himself than the boy. No one cares whether we live or die. I care! And we care about this baby, don't we? Felix's gaze jumps between Ping and the baby. He draws in a deep breath, his voice almost lost in the wind. Ping, we can't just leave the baby here. I know. Ping's voice grows raw with old memories, the weight of despair and bitterness pushing him to shout. When I was young, I had a family too. I had a kid. Life at that desert outpost was too hard, too lonely. One day I just sat there watching tumbleweeds roll past over and over, and I couldn't take it anymore. I stopped caring about anything except going home to see my child's face. The baby in the boy's arms lies with eyes half closed, her tiny face calm and peaceful. King keeps wiping at his eyes with the tips of his fingers. I hurt my leg on purpose, threw away my worth, deserted my post and went home, hoping for a hot meal and familiar faces. But when I got there, it was all gone. The houses were flattened, the streets nothing but rubble, the people gone. Maybe they'd all gone to that glittering palace in the distance. You work your whole life thinking it'll buy you a happy family, a stable retirement. Or is it just so someone else can add another mansion to their collection and a sports car to their garage? That's how it is. The poor get driven out and the rich just get richer. Oh god, this is hitting a little too close to real life. Even so, the baby's still worse off than me. Born with nothing. Homeless from the start. Homeless people? There are two of us right here. We're all in this together. A defiant smile tugs at the boy's lips as he straightens his thin chest. With that one sentence, he seems to stitch an invisible thread tying the three of them together among the trash. Poor little one. Thank you for coming into this world. Coming to us. That's right. We all start the same. Born naked. Nothing at all. Ooh, 500,000 gil last night? Nice. Almost at 2 million. Ooh. Nice. I think I made like 170k last night from selling something. I don't remember what. Probably more dye from cosmic exploration. Before we were beggars or emperors, we were all just helpless, clueless babies. King stretches his bad leg without thinking, eyes fixed on a patch of light breaking through the clouds. The gray layers of clouds above start to shift, splitting into tiny cracks. Gentle rays of sun filter through like threads, spilling across the distant mountains in a warm, golden glow. You're selling carmine red and neon pink dyes? Yeah, those ones seem like they go for a lot. I don't remember if I've gotten all of the rewards yet. I haven't gotten everything from the Cosmic Fortunes. I still want to get... Well, there's one mount I don't have, but I don't super need that. What I really want is the emote. I haven't gotten the emote yet. Oh, I see. Yeah. Felix, we should give the baby up. The boy blinks back tears, his eyes pleading silently, waiting for Ping to change his mind. Am I okay there? I'm fine. I had to blow my nose. Send her to Los Prados? Maybe there are places there that can raise a baby, but... People like us, discarded, can't get into Los Prados right now. The city child care center's too far, but I know somewhere better. Thanks for the head pats. Further south, there's a workshop where some tailors live. The head tailor often gives to the church. I heard he lost his wife and never had children. Think about what's really best for the baby. Think about your brother. If the baby gets sick, we'll be just as helpless. Felix staggers as the baby reaches up and grabs a fistful of his hair. Ow! Hey, you little rascal! Alright, enough of that hangdog look. Ping pats Felix on the back. The boy straightens like he's finally decided on something. A flicker of relief in his eyes. That kind of reminds me of one time, when one of my cousins was a baby, and I she was a little baby and I got all close to her, and she hit me in the face. No ill will or anything, but she was just a baby. She didn't know what was going on. Give this to her. Isn't this what you treasure the most? At least let her take this. He tucks the dog tag gently into the swaddling, placing it on the baby's chest. No, she was the baby. She was the baby who hit me in the face. There. Now she won't have nothing. Well, even in times like this, she can grow up safe. God, speaking of which, that same cousin actually gave me a scar. Because one time she dropped a little dollhouse on my face. I was watching her. Now I have a teeny tiny little scar, on my eye. Not on my eye, but the skin around my eye. Where she dropped the dollhouse on my face, and the corner of it just hit my eye. How macho of me, yes. Scar I sustained from my battle with the dollhouse. Ew. Ping takes the baby, tucking the swaddle's corners snug and patting her in place of goodbye. As if sensing something, she starts to cry again. Be good. Live on. Don't end up like us. Homeless. Ping, you talk too much. Come on, let's go. People are coming out. Farewell, purest child in the world. The boy gives the baby one last look, then disappears into the snow with Ping. Your cousin almost killed me because when he was playing uppies with you as a child, you spit up in his mouth. Oh, gross. Ugh. Disgusting. I don't know if I have any stories like that, but I did get a concussion when I was a baby. I just fell off a chair when I was a little baby. Well, I was 1, so I was not a newborn. I was 1 year old. Oh my god. And you know what my dad said? He didn't tell me this when I was a kid, but he told me this later. He said the doctor said, well, he might never be right up there. And my dad said that he, was about to punch the doctor in the face. Baby, you split his forehead on a watering can? Ah. So we both had little baby head trauma. Little baby head trauma. For what it's worth, I think I got out of it just fine. My brain works mostly fine. Doc was right, but whatever's wrong with me is more fun. Okay. What's wrong with me is anxiety, and I don't think a concussion as a baby caused that. Fresh snow dusts the weathered oak walls. Beyond the leaded windows, the world outside has turned into a silent white tapestry. The old tailor paces back and forth, stacking the finished fabrics into neat piles. The young apprentices chatter loudly as they head out through the main door for a break, leaving the workshop quiet. These stitches are wide and crooked. Floppy work. Redo it. Now this one's decent. Was it the new girl? What was her name again? Once his work is done, he cracks the window for fresh air. Out in the white expanse, a faint glint from a small piece of metal bounces into the old tailor's thick glasses. What's that? The old man runs for the door, fumbling to untie his debris-filled apron and toss it onto the melting snow. He drops to his knees. The swaddling is covered in snow, with more packed inside, but the baby still clutches a small metal tag and breathes faintly. This really is a blessing from above. In the snow lies a soaked scrap of paper, its writing blurred. Only the words "take care" can still be made out. His eyes settle on the apron he just tossed aside. A small handkerchief his late wife had made peeks out from the pocket, the corners embroidered with a tiny blue flower. His breathing quickens. Was she sent by the Holy Mother? Thank you, Holy Mother. In this cold. He pulls the baby close, his glasses sitting crooked on his nose, tears running down the deep lines of his face. She'll be my treasure. Well, that would be nice if I thought that Discord's life went anything like peacefully. And yeah, he did look a bit like Colonel Sanders. Needle. I don't remember much from when I was little. The old tailor told me I was left at his workshop door with nothing but a dog tag. If it hadn't caught the light that day, I probably would have frozen in the snow. He told me to keep it with me always. My lucky charm. So that's why you treasure that bit of metal so much. But Auntie Needles never liked me. She says I must be some dirty vagabond child, or that I was brought in by dogs. The old tailor never listens to her. He calls me his treasure. The girl's face is hidden in the shadow of her hat brim, her features hazy. She ignores the noise around her, lifting her teacup with perfect posture, pinky bracing the bottom. Her words drift into the rising steam. So, what happened next? For the first few years, the old tailor keeps Concordia's origins quiet, afraid it might cause trouble. Oh, is that what they called her originally? Concordia? In the workshop, life is always half hidden. Concordia is told to be quiet, to act grown up. Most days, Concordia is bored to tears, listening to the click-clack of sewing machines. Only after she grows stronger and healthier does the old tailor proudly call her his daughter. The old tailor's room once had rows of metal boxes, each stuffed with letters stamped bright red. Rejected. Concordia's arrival finally pulls him away from the iron tang of those boxes and the bare, empty wardrobes. One day, the old tailor simply stops stuffing the returned letters into his tin box. He loves this child as if she were his own. Is the subtext here that, like, he was trying to adopt a kid? She was heaven's greatest gift to me. The old tailor starts telling anyone who will listen. What I hold is my happiness. His hands can still feel the ghost of her weight, the faint warmth from when she was small. Look at you, Concordia. Taller again. Soon the doorframe won't be high enough for your marks. He draws the chalk lines himself with a carpenter's ruler, smiling at the growing marks like they're tree rings. One day, the others at the workshop notice he has stopped writing unanswered letters and started keeping a diary instead. I'll cook for her every day. Watch her put on the cute clothes I made. We'll go out hand in hand. Time moves too slowly. I can't wait to see her grown up. After writing this, the old tailor sets down the pen, takes off his glasses, and stares for a long time at the ink spots on his diary. And yet, time moves so too fast. You're still so small. I just want to stay with you a little longer. He feels both the joy of watching her grow and the fear that he won't be there for her much longer. Her first steps, her first falls, her laughter. He bakes her birthday cakes year after year. When boredom makes her pester him, he gives in, teaching her to thread a needle and use child-safe scissors. Concordia is still too young to understand how her arrival and growth have changed the workshop. She doesn't yet comprehend the adult's hidden subtlety around her. She can feel the cold shoulders from other children. She throws herself into the hobby she's learned by osmosis. First playing with fabric scraps, then clumsily mending her own clothes. This is sewing thread, and this is a seam ripper. I kept saying steam. A steam ripper. Oh, look at baby Discord. Thread looks soft, but when it's pulled tight, it's sharp. Be careful when you use it. Thread crouches beside her, patiently showing her the tools they rely on to make a living. Look, Auntie Thread. The needle you lost, it's right here. You have such sharp eyes. Thread is always smiling, and the nearby children are drawn to her warmth. Fabric walks by carrying silk and pauses to ask, Concordia, why do you want to learn tailoring? So I can help out at the workshop. Needle and scissors, busy cutting and marking nearby, freeze for a second and exchange a dark, knowing look. Fabric watches Concordia eye the fabric shears with eager interest, and can't help imagining his soon-to-be-born daughter. A smile spreads across his round face as he praises the girl. Such a thoughtful kid. But those sharp tools are still too dangerous for you. Go play with your dolls for now. The apprentices hear the child's words differently than she means them. The workshop's income has been dropping for years. Even if they master their craft, will it be enough to survive? Machines can mass-produce almost anything now. The famous designers work only for the elite, leaving workshops like theirs, stubbornly hand-making everything, scraping by with just enough to eat. In Los Prados, the world's entertainment capital, the rich flood in and spend credits like water. At the snap of their fingers, fortunes spring up like fountains. Expensive suits, gowns, exclusive salon perfumes, symbols of wealth that have to be switched up daily, because no one wants to be looked down on. Their favorite phrase? One of a kind. They brag about how many people and how much work went into their custom orders, competing more and more viciously each year. Artisan craftsmanship, handmade excellence. That's their badge of superiority, the thing they flaunt at every social event. The public laps up media-reported tech breakthroughs and lavish feasts. The insurance industry is booming as never before, and it feels as if all of this will last forever. They call this the light of the golden age, because they're basking in it. They don't see the tiny, forgotten workshop hiding in the shadows. Help out at the workshop. Times have changed. The girl tilts her head, straining to catch the words as curiosity blooms across her face. What kind of era are you all talking about? Only people who see the future without worry can truly enjoy life. And everyone seems to have their own idea of what a golden age means. Concordia is the same. Carefree, unaware of the adults' concerns, unable to grasp the changes of the times. She skips off with her doll, leaving the workshop heavy with silence. For a 5-year-old, only one thing feels worth worrying about. Can we ask them to play with us? I can show them my favorite puppy doll. You can try, but I don't think they like you. After much hesitation, Concordia musters her courage and walks over to the kids. Can I play with you? You're unwanted, brought here by a dog. I'm not playing with you. One girl mutters under her breath, pointing at Concordia. The other children laugh. That's not true. You're lying. See, told you. Orphan, if we play with you, we'll have bad luck. I do have a dad. The old Taylor is my dad. He's old enough to be your grandpa. You'll be thrown out with him sooner or later. No way! She looks down on you, and she badmouths the old Taylor. Soon you'll be filthy, picking food out of the trash on the street, like some unwanted stray. Teach her a lesson. Shut her up! Concordia steels herself. The moment the ringleader turns to laugh at the others, she shoves her hard from behind. The girl lands in an icy puddle, her clothes and hair soaked with filthy water. She bursts into tears. The others scatter. That's more like it. Let her see that power is everything. Look who's the filthy one now. A strange thrill rushes through Concordia. She's won. No one can talk to her like that anymore. Bladder was right. Power matters most. But then the old Taylor's daily prayers echo in her mind, washing the thrill away. The old Taylor has always been devout. In an age where faith has given way to rapid technological progress, people like him are rare. Most put their trust in progress rather than the divine. May the Holy Mother protect us, he often says at the end of a conversation, though the others at the workshop hardly pay attention. Only a clear conscience can bring you happiness. He takes his weekly church prayers seriously, and sometimes brings Concordia along. But Concordia is too young to understand the adults' murmured prayers. She just sits and counts the patterned floor tiles under her feet one by one. By the time she gets to around 170, or maybe 190, the prayers are ending. That sounds like me as a baby when I had to go to church. Did not care at all about what was happening. On days he doesn't go to church, the old Taylor still washes his hands clean, sits by the living room doorway, and prays in a clear voice for the departed to reach the world of light. Forgive us our sins, and deliver us from peril. You're mean. I'm telling the grown-ups. I'll tell them everything bad you did. Did I do something wrong? Nope. Ignore her. I'll always play with you. I'll be your best friend. Come on, let's go play on the swings. Concordia's heart pounds. It feels wrong somehow, but speaking badly about the old tailor feels wrong too. She hovers between two worlds, unsure which way to go. One world is bright, good, and righteous, where she's expected to do the right thing. If she does wrong, she should apologize sincerely and ask forgiveness. All kind souls are meant to go to that place. The other world is strange, scary, and wrapped in gray mist. People there are usually rule breakers, somehow freer. Like Bladder, who swings lazily without a care. Concordia trudges home to her bright, orderly world, but her heart lingers in the other one, uneasy over whether to confess what happened today. Why won't anyone play with me? You've got me. That's all you need. That was just a joke, right? I didn't do anything wrong. She tries to reassure herself, but guilt and fear cling to her, rising like cold water around her ankles. She knows the old tailor wouldn't approve. In his workshop, everything must be neat, fair, and just. Anyone who makes a mistake is judged and told to make it right. The apprentices think he's too strict, but they follow his rules all the same. The Holy Mother wants to hear people confess, so she can wrap them in her endless love. To be human, it seems, is to be born with sin. Concordia wonders if she should pray to the Holy Mother. Could she take away this unease and tell her what's right? She cautiously pushes open the workshop door. The old tailor looks up from his pile of fabric, smiling and waving her over. Warmth, light, safety, and familiar scents surround her. Concordia smiles back. She decides to keep today's event a secret. For now, she's back in the world of light. Once winter's over, I'll send you to school. I've already got the supplies. Soon our Concordia will be reading and writing. School? Concordia frowns, steps back, biting her lip, twisting her fingers. Tears almost well in her eyes. What school? Are you sending me away? Don't you want me anymore? The weather turns foul fast. Winter's brief gift of sunshine is gone, replaced by thick clouds like heavy quilts, looming low and sullen. Inside, the workshop feels gray and dusty, the air restless with drifting specks. Concordia's bright, safe world feels like it's teetering on the edge of collapse, fragile as an egg about to smash on the floor. Of course not. How could I not want you? You will just go to school during the day, and I'll pick you up every evening to bring you home. Then why do I have to go to school? You'll learn things there. Things you'll enjoy. You'll make new friends. School's one of the best things humans have ever come up with. New friends? I can have friends besides Bladder? Other kids never want to be my friend. They say I'm different. A bad kid with no mom or dad. The old tailor studies her downcast face, guiltily folding his rough hands together, fingers brushing over his calluses as he searches for the right words to comfort her. How could you be a bad child? You work hard at sewing every day. Didn't you say you wanted to grow up and help me? Once you're in school. He gently takes the doll from the girl's arms and fiddles with it, trying to make her smile. I don't want to go. I like sewing. You've been teaching me. Isn't that enough? Don't you want to know how to write your name? Or mine? I can't really remember all those. My full name is a bit long for Concordia. It carries my grandfather, his grandfather, and the history of this workshop. You're always saying names are hard. So you called everyone by their tools. Oh, I see. I thought it was weird they were all named things like thread, needle, fabric, scissors. I wondered if they were like aliases. But no, that's just what she calls them because she can't remember their names. Once you're in school, you'll learn everything you need. Remembering people's names, for example, that's just good manners. Really? I'll learn all that just by going to school? Of course. And until you learn to write it yourself, I'll sew your name right here. Look here. Concordia. When the old tailor picks up a needle and thread, his rough fingers move with the lightness of fluttering butterflies. Yeah, they must really like sewing. The deep blue thread matches the color of her hair. She stares in awe at the fresh stitches inside the stuffed animal's ear. Lines and loops she can't yet read or remember. But that's alright. She'll learn them in school soon enough. Just like needle and thread can turn scraps into toys or clothes, you've got a pair of skillful hands too. One day you'll be able to stitch your life into whatever shape you want. Whatever shape I want. The stuffed puppy waddles toward her, ears flopping, head bobbing. Oh, this is cute. Oh, where has my little dog gone? Oh, where can he be? With his ears cut short and his tail cut long. Oh, where can he be? I saw him hiding behind the tree. Why can't I see? With his ears cut short and his tail cut long. My little dog is so cute. I gently pet him and give him hugs and kisses too. Dear little dog, I love you. The girl is completely amused by the floppy-eared stuffed puppy before her. Resting in the old tailor's warm embrace, she traces the stitching over and over before breaking into a grin. Oh, this is cute. But I know this isn't gonna end well. The poor stay poor because anyone can do their work. To survive, they have to become irreplaceable. The workshop runs like it's been forgotten by time. Manual labor, no big mistakes, never straying from its path. But change still comes knocking. Orders are dropping, replaced by large factories with newer machines. The art of clothing, refined over thousands of years, is now being studied, cut apart, and reassembled by machine code at a breathtaking pace. Everywhere, new designs are churned out, cheap imitations dressed up as innovation. Only large, intricate embroidery remains within their reach. The threads are expensive, the work delicate. These embroideries and patterned embellishments are often made as complex as possible to show off wealth and taste, studded with countless sequins or beads. To build machines precise enough to mass produce that level of detail would cost far more than paying human hands. The workshop's orders gradually turn into eye-straining, hand-cramping detail work, making them a mere appendage to bigger factories. The old tailor's hair grows whiter each year, and his hands less steady. Most of the time, he leaves the work to the apprentices, keeping only the simplest old-fashioned women's garments for himself. Even though they have no use for them yet, he hangs each one in the wardrobe, sewing in labels by hand. This one is for Concordia's first day at school. This one is for when she comes of age. This is her first wool vest. That one. Maybe she'll wear it to a party someday. He takes out his treasured handkerchief and glances at it, as if he can still see his wife's smile there. Then he carefully goes back to gathering stray beads and fabric scraps that have no use for now. Not everyone can find contentment in this steadily declining, predictable life. The old tailor is getting on in years. He doesn't look like someone who can adapt to new tech. That's a bit much. We could at least ask what he thinks. Everyone knows he'd rather die than switch to a newer machine. He's terrified of that accident happening again. Strict, stubborn, inflexible, out of touch, and in the way. Orders from Los Prados keep piling up. Balls and galas get bigger every season. If we can't win work from the actors and songstresses, we won't get back in. If we stick to what makes our workshop special, things will get better, right? Special? Nobody cares about quality now. People replace everything as easily and quickly as changing clothes. Hard work and grit don't get praised anymore. People love quick wins. Lottery shops are on every corner. Heard about the baker's kid next door? Won first prize on a lottery ticket and quit on the spot, grinning ear to ear. A pounding at the door, hard enough to split the wood, cuts their chatter short. Every gaze in the room snaps to the visitor. We've got company. It's those people in white shirts everyone talks about. Concordia shrinks from her usual corner with needles and thread, hurries to her room, and locks the door. Sir, the city council is offering a substantial sum. Enough for you to retire comfortably. The old tailor snorts and drops his fabric shears onto the table with a heavy clink. These days, a different person in a white shirt shows up every few days, all for the same thing. Retire? You're telling me, a tailor of decades, to retire? If I were you, sir, I'd have signed ages ago and settled in flourishing Los Prados by now. What exactly are you holding on to? What am I holding on to? The old tailor's mustache bristles and his eyes bulge with anger, and he even spills coffee across his cuff. Every coat in this town, every pair of suit pants, cashmere vests, the aprons your mother and grandmother wore, came out of this workshop. Why would I trade that for coin? Out! I've said this 1,000 times. The man in the white shirt licks his lips and keeps going, trying to look professional. Times have changed, sir. People always fear what's new. The ending is always the same. Hardly anyone reads books or letters now. Gold and banknotes have turned into credit points. From here on out, it's the age of technology and progress. You seen the news? They detected a 600-meter asteroid with a high chance of hitting Earth in a few years, but the Human Technology Alliance has already sent ships to handle it. One blast, fireworks in space, and the threat is gone. The last one like that wiped out the dinosaurs and brought centuries of the Ice Age. This time, it won't happen. Our brightest and best guarantee it will never happen again. This glory belongs to the noble, virtuous human race. The old tailor shows no sign of being moved by the empty slogans. The man in the white shirt lowers his raised fist, chastened. Do people reach into their suit pockets and pay you after a speech like that? Begging at its finest. Ignorant commoner. What I mean is, I respect your craft and this workshop that embodies an era's dignity, like history itself, but even if they had smashed the first power loom, humanity wouldn't have gone back to spinning wheels. Spinning wheels and hand shuttles. Progress is irreversible, sir. This plot of land needs to make way for progress, for a shared, better future. Not the same thing at all. And who gave you the right to decide what has value? This workshop, these people. What makes you think you can measure them? The man in the white shirt scans the aging workshop. Visitors are rare now. The century-old signboard is chipped and peeling. Its letters worn away with no one to repair them. A few workers sew distractedly, more interested in the conversation than the dull work in their hands. The white-shirted man looks pleased. Mr. Archibald, believe it or not, you are quite well known where we come from. We regret what happened in that incident, too. If you'll just sign these, we'd be happy to give the past a better closure. Sign papers? Closure? That's what you did back then. Papers signed and the slate wiped clean. You think I'd believe your lies again? I can give up everything else, but a dead person, could she ever come back? The old tailor's voice breaks. He has to take a few deep breaths. He looks at the wardrobes that once stood empty where they were no longer needed. I understand you're upset about what happened back then, but let's not mix issues. Don't mix issues. Fine words. You people in white shirts come and go, spitting cold, empty lines. No one takes responsibility. No one truly cares. Everyone knows they spent more money silencing people than fixing the problem. I just want the ones responsible to step forward and explain why it happened, where it went wrong, who slipped up, to mend it properly. Like stitching on a patch. And if it can't be mended, then throw the rags out for good. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like this. You go on and on. Letters of complaint, petitions for years. Enough to fill a lifetime. Don't you already know the truth in your heart? We're not the ones who caused those tragedies. At the end of his rope, the man in the white shirt pops open his collar and drops the threat. You may be a fool, but your apprentices aren't. A place like this, one spark and it burns to the ground. Be sensible. It will be better for everyone. Someone sucks in a breath. A loose spool of thread tumbles to the floor. What a shame. We'll be back. He strides out, head high. His pristine black shoes creak sharply on the old wood. Thread shakes her head, closes the door, and goes back to her embroidery. Needle and scissors stand on either side of the workbench, tugging the fabric. They can't get it smooth. Flatten the left and the right puckers. Fabric clutches a tape measure, wraps it around his head again and again, nearly choking himself. Hypocrite! The old tailor glares at the retreating back, curses under his breath, then turns to his apprentices. No one dares meet his disappointed eyes. Master, maybe we should at least consider the offer. Needle forces the words out, palms sweating. Wretch! Did I teach you this craft so you'd help outsiders sell off our workshop? He explodes, pounding the workbench again and again. The thunder of it echoes through the room and makes the tools tremble. That's not what I meant. Fabric jumps in to smooth it over. Hey, Catherine was just kidding, alright? Of all of us, you're the most skilled. Your stitches are the best. But these past few years, we get the same pay while deadlines shrink. The work gets heavier and harder. Scissors steps up, putting himself between Needle and the old tailor. You! Please don't be angry, Master. Everyone's just exhausted from all the odd jobs lately. Even you. Holy Mother, protect us. It wasn't like this in the past. In his memory, butchers, laborers, bakers, blacksmiths, and tailors all sat happily on benches out front, basking in the same sunlight, full of life. People helped one another, standing strong, their steady eyes quietly guarding the pride and beauty of craft. At least not now. Back to work. Or do you think this workshop should die today? Exhausted, he wipes away the coffee stain, removes his sleeve guards and apron, and retreats to the back room. The air in the workshop grows more stifling by the minute. Only furrowed brows and the clicking of sewing needles break the silence. Why is everyone so angry? No one answers. An era is ending. The comfortable, steady old order shatters in an instant. Who is to blame? Who could take the blame? Through the heavy gloom, something sharp cuts across. Anyone else want to speak up? Maybe say something foolish, like, it'll all get better? Ooh, I need a drink. So we've got threading. Wait. The two characters that it says we can deploy are Discord and Chibi Discord. Chibi Discord. Are you saying wait because you're like, no. That's always a jinx. It'll always get worse when you say that. What did you say? Shorten it? Again? The big city factories are so overloaded that even running their machines around the clock isn't enough. And now they want us to sew the trimmings to fill their gaps? Earlier deadlines, faster speeds. Her words keep cutting the night like a blade. The big factories take the prime cuts and we get the scraps. Sleepless nights, day after day, stringing junk beans. Do they know how much prices have jumped? Do they know how many loaves one heavy dress earns us? None of you deserves it. Not a single one. Needle grows more furious with every word, trembling all over. She hurls the half-finished gown. Precious thread snaps, and natural pearls of every size scatter across the floor. They all stay up night after night to finish this order. Massive workloads and half timelines fray every nerve. Flesh and blood need rest. No one can outrun machines. Dark rings sit under dull, empty eyes as if stamped into every face. Easy, easy. These pearls are worth more than both of our lives. Fabric sprawls across the floor, carefully gathering the precious pearls one by one. Worse. Worse. Worse! Who has ever cared if we live or die? A bead has rolled into the petal's gap. Fabric can't reach it no matter what. He hauls himself up, chest heaving. Sweat burns his eyes so badly he can't close them. The big, broad-backed man finally breaks. What else can we do? Whatever the client says, we do. They're the gods. Not enough time? Who cares? Look at the zeros on the penalty clause. Master doesn't bother anymore. Today he chased a white shirt man off and shut himself in the back room. When persuasion fails, the white shirt man shouts outside the door. Come on, everyone. Having work beats machines taking your jobs and you ending up on the streets. Fabric's head buzzes. His heartbeat hammers in his ears. Anita, the master likes you best. Can't you talk to him? I tried. So many times. He said he wouldn't agree. That he refused to lose like this. The woman drops her head, tracing the floor with a fingertip. Isn't there a better way? It's a whole bag full of credit cards. Can't the old man see these impossible orders are killing us? Good thing I only have myself to feed. I have to think about my daughter's future. You want to stitch it better, make it sturdier. Get real. Think anyone can ID you by your pretty stitching? But if a single bead goes missing, they'll be at your door pointing at your forehead. Why not just stitch it sloppier then? Stop with the excuses. It's fair competition. If you can't do better than others or faster than machines, you're the one who gets cut. Usually calm, Scissors now shakes his head theatrically, as if overtime has driven him mad. Looks like he's at the limit too. You're fine living like this forever. Everyone freezes. The silence is so deep you could hear a pin drop. What do you mean? Dread asks it timidly and hands all the gathered pearls to Fabric. What do I mean? Clients take away gowns we spend hundreds of hours embroidering. Days and nights of work, every bit of skill we have. Rich colors, beautiful hand, gold and silver thread. And in the end it sits forgotten in some corner of a massive closet, one piece among thousands. They already own enough clothes to last 100 years, from the cradle to their polished grave. Needle stares at the permanent stains on her clothes and, without thinking, touches the old throb in her left ear. During one delivery, she hesitated, reluctant to hand over the silk she had sewn. For that hesitation, she took a vicious slap that perforated her eardrum. Blood spilled down then and there. Ugh. Take your dirty hands off. Lucky for you, your blood didn't touch the dress. Otherwise, you'd have earned a few more slaps. She will never forget the way they looked at her like filth, even though the exquisite embroidery they adored came from these same hands. And the old tailor's habit of swallowing every complaint only deepens her despair about the workshop's present and future. They're major clients. We can't afford to offend them. They gave extra. Called it compensation. I have had enough. The exhaustion in Needle's eyes burns into sparks. She bites off every word through clenched teeth. Scissors studies the anger carved into her face. He knows she's been the best embroiderer around for a decade, and that in her exhaustion, she's thrown her hopes into a pit that gives nothing back. Countless lifelike miracles are born from her hands, but no one has the patience to wait for miracles anymore. Production could give people comfort and safety by now, and yet some are still worked to death. I'm saying is, if you don't get rich, you'll rot in a closet where no one remembers you. The world doesn't care about the poor. I won't miss any chance that comes. I'm not going to join the homeless with a smile. How would you talk him around? They come to buy this place 15, 20 times. The old tailor throws them out every time. You heard Anita. They'll never agree. They started at 1.5 times market price, stingy as could be. By the time they came during the day, it had gone up to triple. Triple? That's a jackpot! Her voice cracks with a scream. With that money, she'd never blister her hands in this crumbling room again. Perhaps just a little of the golden afterglow might still brush them. Where there's profit, people flock. Where profit doubles, some sell their conscience. Fabric clears his throat, uneasy. Objections? A better plan? How do we stop this rundown shop from being swapped out quickly and easily? No, I don't. Change has to happen. The stubborn old mule. I'll give him a proper retirement send-off for old time's sake. Late at night, Concordia clutches her favorite puppy doll, ready to sleep. As always, the old tailor sits by her bed and tucks the blanket around her. No stories tonight. Let's just talk for a while, alright? The girl senses something different about the old tailor today and answers in a small mumble. Okay. Concordia, What do you think of Auntie Needle?
She's scary. I'm afraid to talk to her. She litters the workshop with torn paper scraps. What are those colorful papers with numbers for? If they're important, why tear them up? If they're useless, why stare at them all the time?
The old tailor wants to sigh, holds it back in front of the child. And Thread?
Auntie Thread is kind. She comforts Auntie Needle when she cries, and she got some super soft fabric. I heard it's really expensive to make clothes for Uncle Fabric's birthday baby girl when she's born. She's shy. With people she knows or strangers outside, she always speaks in a tiny, tiny voice.
The old tailor thinks for a moment and asks another question. What about your Uncle Fabric?
He's the only one who praises me. But when they fight, he never takes sides.
The old man is surprised by Concordia's sharp eye. Lastly, Uncle Scissors.
I don't know. He won't talk to me.
The girl's eyelids droop, her lashes casting little shadows.
He only likes being with Auntie Needle.
Alright, kid, you've talked enough. Time to sleep. Concordia drifts off to sleep. The workshop still runs through the night. She's long since learned to sleep through the noise. In the yellow light, the old man looks even more bent. He hides every metal box of old letters, then runs his fingers over the clothes in the wardrobe he made for her. When he grows old, when his eyes fail and his hands can no longer sew, when the workshop he devoted his life to is in someone else's hands, at least something will still be there to keep her company. Since she came into this world, let her feel a little of its warmth. It's time. The time has come. He makes up his mind. Catherine's temper is quick and her math is poor, but her work is always the best. She were an assistant to a real designer. Bessie is worldly and fits in anywhere, perfect for expanding business. Constance's mind is as sharp as her craft. She never makes careless mistakes. As for Anita, I truly don't know how to judge her. She's always quiet and unassuming, yet so thoughtful, almost as if she can read minds. Could it be because of her background? Maybe she can hold things together, at least until Concordia comes of age. The old tailor grips a short pencil stub and mutters to himself, thinking. A knock on his door breaks his focus. He coughs twice and hides the yellowed page, with only the opening lines written.
Mr. Archibald, Christmas is next month. We've planned a celebration. Maybe we should set aside work for today.
Celebration? But the delivery is near. The delivery date is near, and the client's order is still...
Concordia's birthday is soon, isn't it? We should give her a special gift. A surprise.
You're right. Of course. She's my treasure. The lights in the workshop are mostly out now, but the sewing machines still hum lazily, like tired bees.
What do we do now?
What do we do now?
It's gone too far. There's no turning back.
What about Concordia? Someone asks it in a trembling, pinched voice.
That filthy little thing. A ball of germs with a dog tag to match. If the old tailor didn't have a habit of hoarding useless junk, she'd have frozen to death years ago, right? You all know what you need to do.
But she's only a child.
We should have left her to suffocate in the snow back then. We just didn't want bloody hands, cowards.
The girl startles awake. The workshop is strangely quiet, and the smell is wrong. Her beloved puppy doll is gone from her bedside. She swallows her hurt and unease and climbs out of bed.
Puppy, where'd you go?
She holds back tears in the dark, eyes wide as she searches. Sell her directly to clients who have needs. Little girls, everyone prefers them. They fetch higher prices. I'm not lining middlemen's pockets. Who knows how much they skim? Her hair color is unusual. Maybe some Los Prados official's bastard. Raise her and cash in later. Everyone loves that story. Or maybe just the last shred of conscience from two desperate, poor souls before they died. You love your gambles, I hate them. It's darker than usual. She moves along the wall, careful, step by step. How many more days can you wait? Los Prados now opens its doors only to the most elite, the very top. Don't you see? Whether we catch the tailwind depends on what we do now. As it is, not a single one of Concordia's personal things remains in this workshop.
What are you talking about? Where's the old tailor? Where did he go?
The girl peeks out from behind the door, only half her face visible. Instinct tells her something terrible has happened. She curls into herself, arms locked tight around her body. A woman hurries from the shadows, grabs the girl, and drags her hard to the workshop's front door, the spot where, years ago, the old tailor found her.
Ow! Is he dead?
She can't understand how the usually frail thread can be so strong. What do they need to do to her? I think they're talking about selling her off. The woman lets the girl go, crouches to meet her eyes, and holds her trembling shoulders, sorrow heavy in her gaze. I think they also maybe murdered her dad. Old Taylor went far away. He won't be back for a while. Good child, run as far from here as you can. She presses something cold into the girl's hand. In the dim light, the girl can only feel the familiar shape.
This is my metal tag.
One day you'll get your chance. The woman shoves the girl, sending her stumbling forward. Tiny points of light appear, gather, and multiply like insect bites. In an instant, thick smoke billows and the darkness flares bright.
It's my fault. All my fault. Because I wasn't a good child. Because I didn't pray to the Holy Mother every day. They don't want me. They don't want me anymore. Bladder, this is all your fault. Go away. I never want to see you again.
The Holy Mother can't save you. She can't save anyone. Fear tightens the girl's chest. She grips the metal tag. She falls. Her palm is cut, and blood smears across the metal. She scrambles up and runs, staggering as if chased by a demon. By my birth parents? I'm not interested. To me, the old tailor is my parent. I understand. The old tailor loved you dearly. He loved you so much. And in the end, there wasn't even a body left to bury. Who do you think took him away? Never to return. Who wrecked your ordinary life and left you with nothing again? You want the truth. You want to find the real culprit behind all this. Yes, I want the truth. On the streets, in the orphanage, in the workshop, you gradually forgot your anger, your hatred. I haven't forgotten. I won't forget. You have power now, and with it, freedom. You're not that panicked child who ran away. So, do you want revenge for the old tailor? Revenge. Yes, I want revenge. If deception serves you... Oh. I could...
Stop fucking around, Discord! Wake the fuck up!
I remember that. I love that.
What is this place?
Let Yata say fuck.
Shiva, Yata? No signal. We've been separated.
So we must be in the present day now. Did I just shrink?
I'm afraid.
Look at... Look at Chibi Discord. Yeah! Woohoo! She's just skipping along. Nothing's wrong.
I'm afraid. She's already dead.
Stop fucking around, Discord! Wake the fuck up!
You don't know what to do now that there are no orders. Keep moving forward.
Well, clearly she's not dead. The old piano stands here in solitude. Its lacquer is chipped, its keys yellowed with age. No longer pristine, yet still carrying countless emotions. Such a delicate instrument. One careless move might break it. Yay! Woohoo! Yay! Yay! I'm just a little chibi and nothing is wrong. Yay! Woohoo! The girl sleeps soundly. If she is Discord, then who am I? Wait, what the... What's under there? Oh!
Don't do this, Eleanor. Please.
I'd rather stay silent. I'd rather become one of them.
I don't remember. I don't want to remember.
What an interesting thing to come back from your shower to. Yeah. It's funny because things are spoopy, but I'm just a little chibi skipping around. Watanabe? A poster with a blurred face on it is completely unrelated to the surrounding content. No idea why it would be here. What's Watanabe doing here? Or a picture of Watanabe, I guess.
How much time do I have left?
My mission is... What about yours? We should leave as soon as possible.
Well, the dog. It looks like it's been better. A puppy doll, stitched together from many fabric scraps. It used to be Concordia's bedside companion. Yet now it shared her own fate, abandoned in the crevices of days bygone.
Come here, little Concordia. I have a gift for you.
Is this for me? It's so pretty.
Wait. I'm supposed to go that way. Then, okay, I couldn't go down the stairs. I'm going the right way then. Oh, okay. What's over here? A pair of scissors so sharp they're frightening to behold. In the tailor's workshop, they were used to cut fabric and snip threads. Concordia was warned, you're too young, don't touch them. You're debating taking a mental health day from work tomorrow? Yeah, if you can afford to. If you can afford to, I think you should be able to.
A pair of scissors needs to serve its purpose. Like cutting something, for instance.
A beautiful dress, as if it stepped right out from an oil painting. It carries an air of nobility and grace, evoking a sense of nostalgia. For some reason, the dress is tightly entangled in threads.
Come here, little Concordia. I have a gift for you.
It's just the guilt. Yeah, I get you. It's the way society has molded us.
Is this for me? It's so pretty.
Use scissors?
Is this a story she forgot? Or a truth she once firmly believed? Don't worry. I have it all prepared for you.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. Not sure what's going on. Something's up with Discord. And they've declared her dead? But clearly she's not. Yesterday's world. Even in the abyss of terror, one would never stop looking up at the stars of the past. Oh, right into it.
Here you do not speak, unless spoken to. Whatever you're told, you obey.
Oh, I'm a doll. You're approaching 2 years at the company and you've never called out sick before? Oh, yeah. Then, sure. I'd say you're due. After she gave me this bag of candy, she disappeared with the staff. We're not allowed to leave because it's dangerous outside. Do you want freedom? Did those people murder the tailor? I think so. I think they burned down his workshop with him still inside. When will the training end? Well, wait. I won't touch you again. I already knew from another side story that it wasn't going to work out well, because I know that as a fairly young girl, Discord ends up in human trafficking. People who, like, raise children to be assassins. I want everybody to line up now. Follow orders. Go assemble.
You try to run. You face the consequences. Words, emotions, thoughts. Your will is your weakness. Here, you only need your instinct and absolute obedience.
Follow orders. That sounds scary, Grandpa. When the ship is sinking, the first thing you do is save yourself. Watch your surroundings carefully. Looks like somebody doesn't want to follow orders. Punish insubordinate targets. Ugh, this is fucked up. Ah!
Your next task, escape. You don't have much time.
Find the energy core. I have to go fast. I'm on a time limit. Ah!
A dog has a keen nose, but can it unravel tangled mysteries? Oh, or perhaps it's time to show your face.
Ah! I made it!
Focus. You're almost there.
Well, that was weird. Guess she tried and maybe succeeded to escape. Beneath the platform. Remember, you're no different from dogs. Worse even, dogs don't overthink. They don't fear. So learn from dogs. If you're told to bite, you bite. If you're told to stop, you stop. I think dogs can still be afraid of things. Got it? If crying gets no answer, what's the point of crying? If needs go unheard, do needs survive? In the institution, the children have few spare emotions. Obedience and conditioned reflexes are their daily lessons. Behind closed doors, the obedience training never ends. The instructors clearly tolerate it. As long as they don't have to dirty their hands each time, they're happy to let natural selection do the work and discard the defective products. The director brought her here personally. What's so special about this candidate? That man's head looks way too small for his body. After a few days of observation and interaction, Eleanor has to admit she's a little disappointed. In test after test, Discord's performance is average. Or maybe lacking any competitive drive is more accurate. She can't even read, just like the others. So what could have earned the director's favor? At least the name was unique. Wherever you are, survival of the fittest rules. Fail to grasp it and you're gone. She lingers at the back of the line and watches older bullies knock Discord's meal to the floor. The blue-haired girl quietly picks up her food and finds a corner to sit. Playing weak, are you? Not a bad move. She walks over and sits beside Discord like it's the most natural thing. In the afternoon, the scheduled training begins. Finish your missions. Fall behind and you'll be punished. I feel like a lot of, kind of anime style characters are drawn this way. Like, massive fucking shoulders. Everyone, begin! Countless parts scatter across the table. On command, the children move as one, assemble a handgun, and chamber rounds at top speed. Eleanor complete. The rest of the kids panic. It's their first day with this training. Some can't even tell the trigger from the safety. Roxy, Eggsy, complete. Discord, complete. The rest of you failed. Hands out. Eleanor steps gracefully out of line. A beat later, Discord follows. The stun gun cracks, charring the flesh of the palm until it's black and burning. The punished child doesn't dare cry, only sags to their knees. No one has ever doubted this place is nothing like ordinary orphanages. They're afraid of you. Discord doesn't dare look back. Standing beside the girl, she speaks barely above a whisper. Is it because you're better than them? Are they jealous? Being better than a bunch of fools is nothing to be proud of. What matters is being better than the person you were. That's worth being proud of. To Discord, Eleanor acts refined around teachers and other orphans. Never loud, never foolish. Even when she acts out, she is never scolded. Her only quirk is that sometimes she's hard to understand. Among kids who lack schooling, that counts as an advantage. They do fear me. When you fear something, You admit it has power over you. She tells Discord which children to study, and which ones she already understands completely. People should look for things that have meaning and value, then meet death calmly. Some people's value is to help others realize theirs. She says her foresight is simply a matter of understanding, like how some creatures are born with a sharper sense of smell than humans. But to Discord, it still feels like magic. See? He's about to slip out and quietly ask the kid in front to help him cheat. The kid in front will agree, then sneak a look around, but the one behind won't like it. He'll... let me think. He's gonna punch the kid in front of him. Ow! My nose! I hate you sneaky cheaters! The class stops when a brawl breaks out, and the instructor storms over. Discord stares, stunned, as Eleanor's predictions come true one by one. Can you make people do what you want? No, I certainly can't. An expression crosses her face that mingles an adult's calm with a child's innocence. All I do is observe. I watch what someone wants, what they need most right now, what they value. Then you know more about them than they do. Then you understand me the way you understand them. She smiles and says nothing. Discord can already ask questions and doubt. Better than the other fools. Like, which foot I'll use when I step through the door next. A coin has two sides. You only get two outcomes when you toss it. The commotion ends at the whistle. The older girl strolls back into line. The younger girl realizes she's asked something dumb, blushes with embarrassment, then remembers the secret game that sealed her fate. A weathered portrait of an old man. A bird with outstretched wings. She chose the old man's face, and that path led her here. The other path. So free will is a joke, an illusion. The freedom people talk about is just making limited choices inside countless restraints. They wield freedom the way they wield power. In the end, it's the same pre-written road. Boring. Mind-numbingly boring. At the end of her sentence, the girl's voice suddenly slips back into a child's tone. She steps closer. Her shadow and breath fall over Discord. Oh dear, is that a bit too hard for you? Every window here is carefully covered, so the children won't glimpse a scrap of blue sky and dream of freedom. Yet the children still whisper about freedom. During breaks, they stare at clouds through the cracks and watch leaves fall with the seasons. If only they could be a cloud in the sky, then they could drift anywhere. Almost every child has thought this. Until Eleanor said it, Discord never considered that freedom might not be a good thing. Do you want freedom? No. We should follow orders. Discord unconsciously rubs at the wrist that restraints have cinched for years and forces the words out. Uncomfortable. Yeah, I remember this. They made the children, chain themselves to their beds. Does a puppy want freedom? Can it run wherever it wants? The girl pictures the attack dogs in their training cages, then shakes her head slowly and heavily. Then what about the strays outside? They go where they want, bite who they want. They don't need anyone's orders. Discord doesn't answer. She studies Eleanor's face, searching for the response that will satisfy her. No matter how hard a small dog tries, No matter how loud it howls, it can't become a big dog. So, no matter how much children yearn for it, they can't turn into clouds. Discord struggles to take it in. But a small dog can still kill a big dog with the same sharp teeth and claws. I'm the only one who sees your potential. They all underestimate you, overlook you. But you're the protagonist of this story. You're special. Prove it to me. Eleanor lets the blue-tinted gauze slide from her fingertips and walks unbothered from the sterile corridor into the course room. Special? Protagonist. Those words, sweet as honey, seep slowly into Discord's heart. Could she be a protagonist? Could she protect Eleanor? Become the great hero from picture books? The lamp still glows with its faint, ghostly light, yet she feels as warm as if she were standing in the outdoor sun. The world gathers in new colors and begins to surge forward. In that moment, her broken childhood and all those years of wandering no longer seem to matter. By the way, would it be your left foot? My guess is that you heard it before. You've been acting like nothing's wrong while quietly protecting it this whole time. Yeah, you can take a day, I think. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hopefully you can get some good rest tomorrow. She glances back with an innocent smile and speaks the words that land squarely in the heart. You like to hide important things. Is it because you've lost them before? The corridor to the dorms is ice cold at night. Many children linger there before bed, dragging their feet on purpose. Fool! She's tamed you, got you dancing to her tune, just so she can beat you more easily on the next test. Tag along. You'll find out soon enough how terrifying it is to be her enemy. Yeah, we're just helping you face reality early. A cluster of kids closes in. A perfect target who never fights back is too tempting for their restless, show-off energy. Is Eleanor evil? What do you think, Neo? Do you think she's evil? Does she seem evil? You've been loosely paying attention, so you don't know. Yes, she is evil. She looks like not great. Oh, she is not great. She's very not great. I don't know how much you've been paying attention to past chapters I've streamed, but she has shown up in a couple of them in her adult form as Lilith, one of the Ascendants working for Vonnegut. Of course, at this point in time, she doesn't have any connection to Vonnegut, because she's still just a kid right now. But when she grows up, she's gonna be a real nightmare. I still, remember that there was a chapter that focused on Lilith's backstory. Lilith, aka Eleanor. And she, that chapter basically ended with her just slaughtering a bunch of people. For fun. For fun and vengeance, a little bit. And she had so much fun with it. Yeah, God forbid a girl has hobbies. Hobbies including murder. You see, Lilith is the type who likes to live on the edge. She's only really happy when she's in a bit of danger. But what makes her even happier is defeating others in those high stakes situations. She's the kind of character who's got like the gambler like the gambler vibe. She fights with throwing knives that are shaped like cards. Someone shoves her. She stumbles forward and crashes onto the ice-cold floor. Think you're special? Think you were chosen? One boy slips a fork from the caretaker's cabinet and climbs to a high perch. He flicks his wrist and sends a fork flying. The angle is off. It spins and just clips her foot before bouncing away. Missed. These things are a pain to aim. How about this? In one go, he throws the rest of the forks at Discord. They rain down like silver, clattering into each other without pattern. Only one fork spins fast, the tines flashing as it drops toward the back of Discord's unprotected neck. The girl doesn't turn. Maybe she catches it in the corner of her eye, because her arm whips back on instinct. Damn, lucky dodge. The crowd scatters in a flash, like ants doused with boiling water. Only two things can get these kids to stop in their tracks with sound alone. A whistle or her. Eleanor, they say. The girl bites her lip, unsure whether to repeat those cruel words. But Eleanor's eyes light up, fixed on the fork that was knocked away and now sits buried in the wall. As expected. Smiling, she opens her arms and gathers Discord into lace and ruffles. The unfamiliar touch makes Discord tense up. She doesn't know what to do. Nothing to worry about, right? The girl's hand pats her back, soft and soothing. Discord breathes in a scent that doesn't match Pollard at all. Nestled against gray hair, her tight muscles loosen. The bullying is brushed aside. A harsh scolding, a token confinement, and then the instructors and caretakers pretend it never happened. But after their confinement ends, those kids never come near the blue-haired girl again. They're not bothering me anymore, but... What did you do? Did you beat them up? The girl asks incredulously. She just can't picture this teenager using violence. No, I only talk to them. The same way I'm talking to you. Discord already understands that the girl is far more mature than she looks. She only acts like an ordinary child when it suits her. Don't you get it? Her forehead's already marked. Even you idiots should know some lines can't be crossed. The girl's gentle smile smooths out every anxious ripple in Discord's young heart, like a calming touch of magic. From that day on, her time at Pollard grows easier. Discord feels as if she's run back to some simple, sheltered place, even if each day's performance is anything but peaceful. As long as Eleanor is there, there's nothing to fear. All she has to do is follow orders and keep living. Yet a fate no child should bear still comes, mercilessly. Final training of the year. Make sure you're ready. Some kids spark with hope at the word final, but the gray, flat eyes around them show that words like these have long since lost their meaning. They're forced to fight each other. The closer the bond, the more deliberately they are paired. The rule is merciless. It slices apart what little tenderness remains. A door opens. They step into a tunnel drowned in pitch-black darkness. They descend a staircase, pass through another door, and hear the heavy clang of a metal slab sealing shut behind them. And finally, one last door. Some children grow restless. Others seem distant, already half absent. It makes no difference to what lies ahead. Complete your task. Kill your companion, or you all feed the dogs. No, you don't have to kill them. Just knock them out and it's over. Director Pollard, who almost never shows up, drops that remark like a stone before passing the microphone back. Training's almost over. No point wasting resources. The other adults glance at each other and shrug. None of them bother explaining this to the seldom-seen director how important the preset conditions are for forging the final nerves of steel. Dozens of trained military hounds come thundering out. They're massive, all muscle. Some almost as tall as the children. Every set of eyes locks onto the central platform, and their growls rumble like distant thunder. Weapons of every kind litter the arena floor. The instructors leave for the monitoring room, waiting for the final results of this bloodbath. Of course, running and giving up are pointless too. Ooh, you're playing a new Pokemon game? That's fun. I hope you enjoy it. Have you said what your favorite Pokemon is? I'm curious. Partially wiped bloodstains remain on the platform. The air reeks of iron. Discord yanks at the chain linking her neck to another's, her face twisted in pain. Right, Magnezone. Yes, I do remember. You said you like the ones that are just weird little objects. A person must always obey. Be a perfect expendable, adapting to the absurd. That's what soldiers were made to be in the world wars. Life and death are a performance. 33 ridiculous coin tosses make you believe in fate. You and I are puppets on a stage. Wild side note? You have 3 new men in your DMs in the last 24 hours somehow. Nice. I mean, that's good, right? I don't know, is that good? I mean, I feel like in some ways that could be good, or it could be bad. It's like, what if they're cool, but what if they're annoying? Or what if they're creepy? None of them appeal to you in that way, but new connections are nice. Oh, well, that's nice then. That's good. When you say, I don't know, when people say like slide into your DMs, is that always meant to sound like they're trying to like hit on you, or is that just an extrapolation that I have that isn't necessarily true? You met them all through 3 different games: Overwatch, Final Fantasy, and Neopets. Ooh, that's fun. I'm actually... Did you meet, like, the Neopets friend through, like, an online community? Or, like, I don't remember. Like, is there a way to communicate with other players on Neopets? One of them was hitting on you? I see. Interesting. Discord doesn't understand the poem like Murmur. It's even more obscure than usual. The girl smiles and switches to a simpler story. Ever heard of your life flashing before your eyes? Take oxygen deprivation, for example. It can cause hallucinations. In a lot of plane crashes, when the cabin loses pressure, people pass out almost instantly. Your body's dying, but your brain hasn't caught on yet, so it gives you dream-like illusions. Another hasn't hit on you, but he messaged you after you posted a selfie, so you're assuming a bit? Maybe. People who've had near-death experiences say that they saw hazy scenes and heard a clear announcer's voice. The moment they step into an unknown river, torches flare to life around them. The flicker of firelight brightens the space. You see people waving to you. Their faces are blurred, but you feel a strange safety and happiness, like an infant in a mother's arms. What are they talking about? Yeah, I wonder. Because, like, it could be that he's just trying to be friends, but I don't know, maybe. Plan on keeping those platonic, but it's nice to know you have that Riz. Yeah. Man, I wish I did. I mean, maybe in a certain way. From, like, a certain perspective, I have that, like, mentally ill Riz. I don't know. I can't hear them clearly. Still this reckless? Are they turning a death test into a story time? The girl keeps talking to herself. The speaker warns that if they don't get moving, the preset lethal current will be switched on. That reminds me, sometimes I've, like, wondered, like, because I don't remember, believe it or not, no, those drowning noises do not attract all the men, at least as far as I know. Because, like, I've never dated anybody before, so, like, sometimes I wonder if, like, I have been flirted with ever and just not noticed. Because, like, I don't think I've ever been flirted with in person. I think there have been a few people who've done it online in, like, different communities. People who've never seen my face, you know? I do seem like I could be aloof to it. Yeah, I could buy that. But it also, part of it could be like if it's women who flirted with me, I feel like part of it is just that, like, that they're not even on my radar in that way, you know? like if a woman were interested in me, I'd just be like, sorry, I'm gay. I mean, actually, on that note, a couple of women have shown interest in me when I was in, like, high school, but most of them were not pleasant interactions, I should say. One of them was just a friend who I think had a crush on me. She was fine. I think that might actually, like, having a lot of women fall for you before you come out of the closet, I think that might actually be, like, a more common experience than you might think, yeah. Because I think women, like, feel more comfortable around us. Yeah, a man who doesn't objectify them. Incredible. This one oh no, it wasn't SNL. This one, breaking news thing on Dropout TV. At one point, it was like, The one kid who's winning the science fair is just so clearly gay. I mean, he's a kid, so like, he doesn't know it yet, but he's definitely gonna be gay when he grows up. And they're like, yeah, the other female children feel safe around him, but they don't know why. They will, but they don't now. That's why your female coworkers love you. Yeah, I can imagine. Being a woman in this world. Yeah. Knowing people won't, do things. Ugh. Gross. Yep. I do take that as like a little bit of a point of pride. Like, yes, women can be safe around me because they know that I will be normal to them. Oh god, I hope you're right. I want a paladin. What if a real paladin gets reverse isekai? No, I mean... Nah. But hopefully. Hopefully someday. I don't know if I'm... Yeah, I don't know if I'm like I want to have... I want to have, like, a boyfriend, but there's also part of me that's like, am I emotionally ready for this? Because I know I've got issues. But, you know, like, who doesn't have issues? Yeah, I think plumbing and showers are probably like a little more important to me than a boyfriend, at least for now. I would like to have a boyfriend, but I would also like not to be living in squalor. As someone with the privilege of both perspectives, there's lots of fun to being single as well as being in a relationship. I think you're right. I think it's just that for me, who doesn't have both perspectives, it's like, okay, let's change things up. I would like to experience the other side. Yeah, it like you said, it's not gonna matter to me until I have that experience. And like I remember when I was younger, I used to think like oh, I would never date someone unless I like was ready to, unless I thought that I would like marry them someday. And now I'm way more chill. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I mean, honestly, I would be happy dating someone who I knew it wouldn't work out with, just because I think I'd be happy to have the experience regardless of how it goes. You know, so long as it didn't end terribly. But like if it was someone who like I would maybe end up parting with on amicable terms. You also just miss random talks about any random interest with someone who cared. Oh wait, okay, I misunderstood that. I thought you meant, for some reason I thought the sleeping with Grahatia thing was the relationship bit, and the random talks with people who cared thing was the being single bit, and I was like, but wouldn't you have someone to talk to in a relationship? And then I realized, oh no wait, you're not beholden to anyone and you're sleeping with Grahatias at cons because you're single, but you miss having someone to talk. I see you. I understand. I got there. I got there eventually. Because I guess if you're just sleeping with Grahatia at a con, that's not necessarily a relationship. Yeah, maybe someday. One other thing is I have never ever been on a dating app as well. I don't know if I ever will. They just seem... I don't know. But then on the other hand, I'm like, but will I ever be able to find someone if I don't do that? I don't know. You don't know if you'd recommend. They're a mess, but they did give you experience. Yeah, I just don't know. Cause like it just feels so... I don't know. Like, maybe not genuine is the word. Can always just try talking to people on there if you want to try. Yeah, I guess potentially there would be no harm in just like taking a peek, you know? But I don't know. That's a problem for later me. Oh. Herpy peak emote. I love that emote. Are you afraid of death? The young woman walks slowly to the weapons rack, her pale fingers slipping from her sleeve. She smiles like she's unwrapping a gift and reaches for a brand new chainsaw. Well, now that we've been talking about gay relationships for a bit, let's get back to our, toxic Yuri. Discord follows the voice on the loudspeaker and grabs a tactical knife from the upper rack. Some nice, fun toxic Yuri, where one of them is clearly the one at fault for the toxicity, by virtue of being a villain. Discord follows the voice on the loudspeaker and grabs a tactical knife from the upper rack. A suicidal choice. At the monitors, one adult mutters that a few casualties are acceptable, but a massive massacre would be too much. Rosewater's brow furrows. But Discord is busy building the scene Eleanor once described. Her mind is pulled along as she peers down from several meters above into the darkness below. Barking rises and falls from somewhere under the platform. Death is safe and happy. Big Arm Man returns. And there's also, I mean, as there's also Rosewater, which as shitty as he is for partaking in this whole thing, he looks fine. He looks so, like, proper and fancy, but also big and strong. But he is kind of shitty. He is less shitty than all the other shitty adults, but he is still a shitty adult. He's just the least shitty adult in the bunch. He's doing the bare minimum, but in a place where nobody is doing the bare minimum, that looks like a lot. What she sees instead is the opposite. A cold corner hidden from a bustling street. Bleak, shadowed, forgotten. She's been there before. Felt it. If no one remembers you, maybe the fire in your chest will finally burn out. The clash of gears and chains, the roar of motors, it all explodes at once. The blast of sound forces the girl to raise her voice. Jump from here! That's an order! Her last thread of hope snaps. So even Eleanor can't conjure a magic that shields them from reality. Why is the world like this? Is there no hope at all? Discord wants to close her eyes, but isn't allowed to. Her hand grips the chain at her neck, and she stops asking questions. Jump! 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 It says jump. Just obey the command. With the countdown to fight blaring from the speakers, she lets the strength leave her body, slides her left foot out over the platform's edge, and drops. The fall should be brief. For a moment, feeling only the pressure of the wind, Discord knows nothing. Then the pressure at her neck vanishes, enough to tell her that whatever was on the other end is suddenly gone. Eleanor, she's passed the test now, hasn't she? If all she wanted was to give up, she had hundreds of chances already. The Pokemon game really is Paris. You show up and you get your luggage stolen. Did that happen to you in Paris before? Or is that just something you've heard happens in Paris a lot? Tag along. You'll find out soon enough how terrifying it is to be her enemy. Paris is filled with thieves, I see. After that day, every sleepless night, she chews on that sentence in the rhythm of the dorm's snoring, imagining all the ways it might come true. In a blink, a puppy doll seems to appear on her nightstand. In the next, she realizes it's a nightmare. You witnessed a theft, but you were not a victim? Oh, I see. When you say you witnessed a theft, does that mean, like, you saw it happen? Or, like, were you just there when the person realized that their stuff was gone? It feels like an unknown force squeezes her heart, slinging her between light and darkness. Oh, you saw them just take it and run? Oh. I was expecting like a pickpocket situation. A good cry is the only thing that could settle her spirit, but crying is something reality never pities. At last, she stretches the fingers that the restraints still allow, lips moving soundlessly, tapping a melody from memory into the moonlit air. Tap, 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 tap. I absolutely don't want to be Eleanor's enemy. But I also don't want to die. Survival instinct drives her to twist her body in midair in a burst of desperate adjustment, and her razor-sharp vision lets her see the ground below, packed with hounds waiting for their meal. For some reason, her downward rush seems to slow for a heartbeat, just enough to finish the adjustment. Dagger clenched tight, Discord picks her landing spot. We're free falling. Is that the song? I think that's how it goes. Did you catch that move? Someone at the monitors cries out. Discord crashes onto the backs of two hounds, curling up to execute a side roll as her arm grazes their terrifying fangs. Though she manages to break her fall, the impact still forces a muffled grunt from her lips. No time to register the pain. She rides the momentum into a low crouch, twists halfway around, and drives her knife hard up into the snarling hound's soft underjaw. Dark blood sprays in twisting ribbons, crawling along the dagger's edge like living worms. Another hound, closer this time, lunges with a low guttural snarl. Discord reacts faster than thought. She boots away the one whose jaws no longer work, winds the too long chain between both hands, reads the incoming leap, loops the nearest throat, and slams the beast into the ground with brutal force. She twists her wrists hard. The metal noose bites deep, tightening until foam flecks its muzzle and its legs go slack. When did she hide a whip in her sleeve? She slips through the weapon rack, circles again and again, and uses mental fatigue to saw through the chain on her neck. Hey! She's throwing every gun off the rack! Wait, she jumped down herself! What is she really trying to do? Why are there no cameras underneath? Where are the drones? Panic erupts in the monitoring room. They suddenly remember the passage beneath the platform, the route to the outside, to freedom. Someone's getting nervous. Who'd have thought anyone could escape from Pollard? It isn't just that their abilities have surpassed every adult's expectations. Worse than that, what has been done to these children is something even heaven would refuse to forgive. Their will burns longer than the sum of every will that's set against them. How many is that now? The deafening wall of barking fades until she realizes there isn't a single bark left. She wipes the blood and sweat running from her nose and finally steals a breath. Good. I like dogs that bite. Discord looks up, delighted to see the girl walking toward her, still keeping her weight pressed on one gasping hound. Its last whimper disappears into a heavy silence. Eleanor. She runs over, then freezes when she sees the girl no longer spotless. Looks like you're enjoying the game too. She tosses aside a blood-smeared power saw, frowning at her sleeve where flecks of flesh, bone, and blood have marred the fabric. You can fix her. I would say I'd like to see you try, but somehow I don't think you'd come out of there. Not elegant enough. If only there were a weapon that didn't make me get so close and kept the mess off me. She selects again, this time a modified double-barrel shotgun, lifts it, and softly mouths a bang as she takes aim. A hound's head bursts. Its body stumbles forward a few more steps before dropping, confusion still etched in its movements. 1 point for Eleanor. Ugh, the noise is overdone. Not my taste. Whoever controls us must be dealt with for good. Discord flicks the chain into the jaws of the last hound charging toward Eleanor's back. She drives her knife into its heart. The shriek stops. Looks like the game is over. Shame. I forgot to keep score. She reaches out her cool hand. When their palms meet, Discord feels herself pulled forward. The warmth brings Discord a profound sense of comfort. She lets herself be led by that laughing figure. There are no more enemies to guard against. The bloody arena fades into a phantom ballroom. Hand in hand, they walk across carpets, cooling into dark red. They drift through the grand halls. Their skirts flutter. Discord isn't wearing a skirt, though. Oh, wait. Okay, in her, like, imaginary ballroom scene. Their skirts flutter. Their steps are light and free. It is Discord's first ball. You're gonna try it, put on your gravestone, you lived as you were, spontaneous. Okay, I'll remember that. I'll make a note. She is a flicker of the dark moon, the bloom of a flower, the sweep of purple waves. Calm on the surface, burning inside. Discord stares at the girl leading her. Would I one day be like those hounds standing in your way, blindly following commands? It's not the same. You take orders from me. I'm not a slaughter maniac. Those dogs died, but their deaths had value. The girl stays quiet, so Eleanor turns back and searches her eyes. You don't like it here anymore, do you? It's because they made us kill our own. It's too much. Then we'll be leaving here soon. Coming from her, it sounds like a joke. But deep down, Discord firmly believes it. After that, everything's a blur. She barely remembers the adults wading through the gore to pull them out, then splitting them apart. Maybe someone even asked why she hadn't opened the door. That's not necessary. Eleanor's voice drifts from the next room as Discord sinks into a sleep under a net of sensors. It's all for our own good. For our betterment. When she wakes, only bare walls remain, echoing in the emptiness. Metal bunks stand in neat rows. Thin mattresses are stacked flat. No one sleeps here anymore. Every child is gone. Eleanor's got a new home. Isn't that great? Relax. Your new life starts soon. She wasn't wrong. In a cozy bedroom above the Los Prados tailor shop, Discord runs her fingers over the skin where her neck and wrists were once bound. She lets out a sigh that's far too heavy for a child. Covering cloth. Alright, let's go!
Here's a chance to make up for your regrets. They think you're a police officer. Perfect. You always wanted to know the truth, didn't you?
I will get to the bottom of it. At first, it was that thin girl apprentice who bought supplies for the workshop. Later, it became those two apprentices, a man and a woman doing it together. They say when the big man at the workshop's daughter got sick, he ran all over town buying her medicine and spent every moment he could at her bedside. Most of the time he looked like a fool, but whenever he spoke of his daughter, he became serious. He always said he promised to give her the very best. Wait, did he even have a daughter? It's terrifying. They say the fire was caused by old wiring. You ask me, he just didn't want to give up the workshop, so he set the fire himself. It's all retribution. I don't know anything. After the gathering ended, I just went back to sewing the orders for my clients. Yes, I can vouch for that. Lying. Dredd went to pick up the top-up for both of us. There are witnesses who can prove it. Fabric was on the phone with clients the entire time. The workshop surveillance footage stayed intact right up until the fire broke out. Yes. After the master went back to his room, he locked the door. He must have been drunk and didn't notice the fire. We couldn't save him. It was an unfortunate accident. The door was locked. Doesn't make sense. Preliminary police report. Clean conditions. The tailor's workshop is a wooden structure with an old interior and deteriorated wiring. No signs of forced entry. Body condition. Victim found lying on their back in the living room. Severe clothing almost completely due to heavy burn injuries, external trauma, or signs of asphyxiation cannot be confirmed. Stomach contents indicate mild intoxication. Suspected. No. The fire was set after he was already dead.
I'm not some worthless stray. Pity. I only converse with living things.
Betrayal has but one end. Cut them down! Shred them apart!
I do think Discord fighting looks very cool. What do we do? They're going to find out. They're going to find out! You don't have to worry, alright? I'll protect you. You haven't done anything wrong. And besides, the police have no evidence. You can vaguely make out some colorful numbers on the scraps. Only now do you realize a losing lottery ticket is nothing but waste paper. All of this, that's for a false hope. Is that not what I just touched? Needle. A sharp needle, strikingly conspicuous. Was I blinded all this time? Misled by needle? The night after the tailor workshop burned down, I saw a dark figure rushing out in a hurry. The way he moved, it looks like he was burying something. Oh, hi.
I am not some worthless stray. No stain survives my purge. At your service. No stain survives my purge. I'll stitch your limbs together.
Restless. Now your flesh will learn my weed!
Lots of fabric. The most common thing in the workshop, usually stored in the work area. But the report states, large amounts of burned fabric ash cover the living room floor. Someone moved these fabrics ahead of time. He too. Let's dig it up and see for ourselves. Evidence report. Metal scissors found in the living room at the scene, damaged and brittle after high heat. No blood traces detected. With no other biological evidence present, the scissors are preliminarily judged to not be direct evidence, but rather an everyday workshop tool that was accidentally caught in the fire and returned as the victim's belongings. These are the scissors the old tailor loved most. But why is there no trace of blood? Could this not be the real murder weapon? If so, then why would fabric hide the scissors? That notch in the blade. It doesn't sit right with me. Grew up with nothing. No family, no support. Struggling to survive. Shh, keep your distance. Don't you know she mixes with all kinds of shady people? Are they talking about Discord or one of the apprentices? The real murder weapon that links everything together has been hidden in the workshop all along. Damn it. Why did I ignore all this back then? Large amounts of burned fabric ash cover the floor, mixed with traces of oily residue and rubber fragments, expected to be melted wire insulation or shoe sole material. The ash is heaviest near the body, irregularly spread, suggesting the heat was concentrated in the living room. Not a very good living room anymore. Wielding shears. Monzano's grand mansion is a gilded prison. The mirror-bright marble floors reflect only the lonely shadows of its captives. Discord stands silent, staring at the files. Her chest aches. It takes time to realize that it isn't pain. It's hatred taking root and digging in. Hatred born from the towering blaze, and from every moment of love when she heard her true name. I know you've been digging in secret, but you never guessed it. They were right under your nose. They never left. Eleanor walks over, gently takes the papers from her hands, flips through them idly, then stops at a photo and tosses it onto the tea table. That workshop you thought burned and bulldozed? It was labeled an accident site and paid out a fat insurance claim. Then it was sold in secret to an Eastern syndicate. They built a weapons plant underground and shipped untraceable arms everywhere. My aunt's legitimate businesses keep feeding these honeyed nests of vice, drawing every kind of pest. And the poor tailors. New faces, new identities, new names. Now they strut into Los Prados casinos and burn money like paper. Even as notorious smugglers, underground arms dealers still look a lot more respectable than tailors. The maid's knuckles go white from her grip. The Pollard agency should have taught you how to unravel every clue, piece by piece, until you reach the final conclusion. No matter how unlikely, it's the truth. Close. I don't think that's a wedding dress. I think it's just supposed to be like a formal dress. But yeah, Discord is a maid. At this point, I believe they have both been adopted by Madame Monzano who is not a nice person. I don't think your skills have slipped. Discord doesn't respond. She lifts her eyes to look. Eleanor is unmoved, as if that tangled gaze can't touch her. She turns halfway, smooths her skirt with poise, and sits back down. Slender fingers with clear polish turn page after page, then stop on a name that now feels foreign. Concordia, is it? I'd rather you play your own life's melody than back someone else, even if this twisted world only plays twisted songs. Discord's whole body shakes. She clamps her eyes shut to hold the surge inside. My aunt hates uninvited guests too. We can teach them some manners. The purple figure leans in from the chair, blocking the mansion's ever-watchful cameras. The whisper is barely there. Now you get to choose. What will it be? Lucky 38, a name gamblers love because it sounds lucky. The air is thick with sweet perfume and cigar smoke, wrapping every gambler all the same. Roulette spin, dice clatter, chips change fate, and fleeting moods flash across faces. The lights still glare and the laughter still pierces, but an invisible pressure tightens. The woman at the table is flushed with luck. Tears, congratulations, and syrupy flattery make her the center of the room's whirlpool of desire. Yes, this is it. She sips the free champagne from the handsome bartender and thinks dreamily, this is what she can't give up. This is why she lives. Why, if it isn't Miss Eleanor, you look absolutely radiant today. That gown is exquisite. May I have the honor of knowing the tailor who made it? Thank you for visiting us all these years. The tailor's name? Of course I can share it with you. Come with me. The girl's flawless face shines in the decadent chaos of the casino. Fueled by alcohol, the woman thinks she would gladly toss a few chips just to admire that doll-like smile a bit longer. After all, what she wins here stays here. With just a glance, the bodyguards escort the two of them politely to the reception room. Man, now I want chips now that you've pointed out the word chips. She thought it was politeness. In the endless dark corridor, the elevator hall's irregular motion finally tells her something is wrong. Miss Eleanor, what do you mean by this? I didn't pull any dirty tricks in your casino. Tonight was all luck. As the fake electronic velvet curtain fades, the beautiful girl smiles. Old friends meeting again. No need to tense up. The tailor's name is Discord. Her stammering stops. Needle backs away until her spine is pinned to the corner. Years of comfort didn't erase a tailor's instinct. She still seeks safety in tight spaces. Well, look who it is. Not a nightmare anymore. It's real now, isn't it? Sweat beads on her brow at the old nightmare made real, yet something still props up her body and face. Why show up in front of me again? You just won't go away. I said from the start, pull the weeds out by the roots. Why didn't anyone agree with me back then? Who would have thought that filthy little orphan would become Madame Manzano's attack dog? In the end, all of Los Prados, even with new owners, still bears the Sinclair name. In the end,
You can't escape destiny either!
Was it you who destroyed the workshop?
I don't belong there! I never belonged in that dusty cage!
Was it you who killed the old tailor? Needle stops laughing. She won't answer. Heavy makeup can't hide the same restless hate as before.
I always thought if I wore fine clothes, carried a luxury bag, spoke with grace, and complained about the weather and food like they do, I'd become one of them. I'd be upper class. No more bowing and scraping. No more crawling in the mud covered in filth.
The nightmare approaches step by step. That blank expression makes her realize it is real and impossible to escape.
But it's useless. The club turns away anyone without status. What once seemed like astronomical sums to me are nothing more than meaningless decimal points to the truly wealthy. Their words, their glances, still nothing but contempt and rejection. Why can't it be me? Why can't it be me?
Her voice is hoarse from screaming. She pounds the wall behind her again and again, knuckles spitting and dripping blood. The elegant hairstyle she had so carefully arranged falls apart in loose strands.
Those born wearing crowns, with golden spoons in their mouths. Why can't it be me? You wouldn't understand. You could never understand. The numbers on the cards whisper to me. They bow their heads and call me their master.
Yeah, I think this needle does need to chill in a haystack. Her long nails dig into her scalp, her face twisting into something grotesque. She hates that her heartbeat is chained to the roulette table, hates that calloused hands hidden beneath her velvet gloves, hates the shadowy work she does underground. What she hates the most is that she still believes she can claw her way into that glittering upper class. You've always looked down on the poor, just as you look down on yourself.
I don't hide my desires, and I will never regret acting on them.
Any desire built on crushing others will, sooner or later, come back to crush you.
I am about to turn my life around, to win a future without worry. Just one more round. Just one more.
Discord walks right past her, opening the main door and heading deeper inside. Is it already too late?
I warned her, but she still had to go out there, betting on a future, betting on a tomorrow. What's the point? Our fate never changes. We were always forced to bow and scrape.
The man speaks in a low, almost mournful voice.
All these years, winning, losing, winning. Every time she lost everything, she'd come home cursing, then turn right around and gamble again. The dealers knew we were easy prey from the start. They kept stringing her along, whispering, just one more win, you'll make it. Lady Luck will smile on you. That one win was always in the next round.
Was it you who killed the old tailor?
It wasn't Needle. It was me. I did it alone. You've been a festering wound in her mind all this time. We've been looking for you.
The man pulls a gun from under the table and fires. His breathing turns ragged, his eyes darting wildly. A bullet grazes Discord's shoulder. She tucks behind cover, as the sound of gunfire roars through the room. The conveyor belt halts with a screech, the supporting pipe snapping under the barrage and clattering to the floor. Discord knows exactly where every gun part belongs. This assembly line is second nature to her.
You got a Rhodes! Yay! Yay! That's my baby. Ooh.
Bullets slam into the component printer, sparks flying as its casing caves in. The magazine locks in place. Death is chambered. The hastily assembled gun knocks out each light in precise order. In an instant, the barrage veers off course. One shot is all it takes. She moves silently until she's right behind him. The mission calls for precision and speed. They were all taught never to toy with their prey. It's a free mystery gift. It comes with the Megastone, so everybody gets a Ralts? Or do you, by mystery gift, do you mean like it's random? A bloom of red explodes from his hand. The gun slips from his right grip, and when his left hand moves to catch it, another bloom follows. Everyone gets free rolls! Ah! My baby! To climb higher. To stop being treated as less than human. We sold our futures away. You're no different. No, I'm not. Discord lunges like a shadow unbound, seizing the weapon and turning it back on him. Master Archibald once patched the holes in my clothes. That was the kindest gift I ever received. Living together, playing in harmony. A gentle name. But that name and that wish have long since been buried in the past. You can never go back. There's no going back. In the hush, she lowers the hot barrel. The third room. Concordia, don't do this. Weren't we close when you were little? Look, I've always remembered you. It would take someone strong, really strong, to move those tools and stacks of fabric quickly enough to stage an accident. The answer is obvious. Heavy, massive sheets of cloth cover every trace. His bulky body hits the floor with a strangely comical thud. I was forced! They threatened me! I had no choice! You had plenty of choices! Her rage erupts, her eyes bloodshot. The burly man trembles so hard that a dark stain spreads across his fine suit trousers, dripping onto the concrete. She said, my daughter always deserves the very best. No, please, you can't kill me. Don't you want to know about your real parents? I'm the only one who knows. I knew you'd come back one day. I knew someday you'd want to learn where you came from. That you want to know about your real mother and father. If you kill me, you'll never know. Spare me. Please. The trigger is about to be pulled when Fabric makes a desperate lunge, roaring as he shoves over every shelf in reach. In the cramped space, Discord can't dodge. A heavy blow slams into her back, and a gunshot wound on her shoulder blossoms into a wider patch of red. But situations like this used to be just another day's training for her. The bigger the target, the easier it is to aim, even while lying flat. The target screams in pain. After a few deep breaths, she shoves the debris off herself and staggers to her feet. My real parent was Neville Archibald Horace, your master. And you killed him, didn't you? The last room is large, stark white, filled only with the cold scent of metal and the sting of machine oil. 2 walls are covered in mirrors, creating the illusion of space, making it hard to believe this is underground. Unfinished weapons lie scattered about in disarray, a far cry from the warm workshop once full of fabrics and dust. The factory isn't actually that big. Shadows, symmetry, mirrors, years gone by, and the loss of familiarity only make it seem larger. Discord feels nothing but disappointment. Not even the faintest scent remains from those old days. Discord. Of the four, hers is the face that has changed the least. For the first time, Discord feels a flicker of nostalgia. In the darkness, the woman's silhouette trembles. Discord forces herself to bear the dull ache in her body and the dizzy haze in her head, hoping not everything is already too late. Empty thread. You are forced to help them. Otherwise, why would you have let me go back then? Is that really the truth you believe? You're still the same as before. Naive and foolish. Of course it was because you still had value. The woman makes no effort to hide her amusement, laughing so hard her whole body shakes. Revenge always excites an audience, flooding them with adrenaline. It's the ultimate form of entertainment. You haven't forgotten this place became a weapons factory, have you? Assembling weapons is just as easy as assembling clothes. Discord still hasn't figured out how Thread, once the quietest and most caring, became the link tying all the others together. A circular machine whirs behind Thread, then suddenly lurches forward at a command. If the old tailor were alive, he wouldn't want to see his two most treasured people both die in machine accidents. Don't you think killing him was doing him a favor? It was you. Discord's blue eyes widen. Rage surges inside her, but she has no time to let it out. The next moment, it feels as if time has slammed on the brakes, dragging each second into an eternity. She has been watching Thread closely, but never suspected that the walls she thought were mirrors would drop their disguise, revealing two more circular machines, one on each side, slowly rotating and ready to strike. The old tailor was still my master. I was his most trusted, most beloved apprentice. After the fire, they gave me what ashes they could recover. But his precious little Concordia was someone who never really existed. Those days when you thought you were treasured, they were all an illusion, weren't they? The incoming laser feels like it takes forever to arrive. The deafening roar fades into a whisper. She stares straight at the beam, its dazzling light blinding her eyes. For a moment, in the overlapping reflections of the mirror, she sees the timid little girl from the workshop. Herself, at 7 or 8, still called Concordia, lifted high and cradled lovingly in the old tailor's arms. At the far end of a bright world stands the little girl, innocent, pure, happy, and unaware, watching herself now, a bloodied figure crawling into the shadows. A strange chill cuts up from her leg with a searing heat that seems to scorch her brain. Sight and body start to peel apart. Her vision drops. The world tears like cloth. A big order from some outfit. Back when we were tailors, these would have saved us so much trouble. Thread explains coolly, as if none of it concerns her. The circular machine closes in, descending like a press, bearing down like its crushing part. Only after it pulverizes the joints of her right hand and ends her resistance does it spin back to its spot. Whether it's thread, fabric, or even human flesh, it can cut everything cleanly into whatever shape you need. Truly an exceptional tool. The legs severed by the laser are razor smooth, edges sharp. The surface is perfectly even. Oh my god, did they cut off her legs? Oh my god. The stumps bend slightly at the knees, as if still capable of offering a polite bow. Flesh and bone form a flawless cross-section. The thermal effect heals the wound rapidly, and only a little blood wells from the vessels, like the night tide quietly rising to drown the rocks. Yeah, that is a not fun description. I don't like that. Were it not for the circumstances, the young woman would almost crouch down to admire the workmanship. Sorry I'm late. Shutting down the factory's automated security systems took some time. She uses her custom umbrella to flip the nearest circular machine into the air, then drops an EMP device. All the machines still running in the room immediately go out of control, crashing to the floor with a crack, spilling static and sparks like empty shells drained of their souls. The rectus femoris still twitching faintly is no more different from a lab specimen lying on an operating table. Machines can be dismantled and replaced, but the human body breaks so easily. So fragile, the young woman says with a note of regret. But in your state, how are you going to take revenge? Discord lies in a pool of crimson. There's no time to think. Only instinct and old training driving her to flood her body with adrenaline, fighting to stay awake and not pass out from the blood loss. For the first time, she screams, hysterical, gut-wrenching for the depths of her chest. She longs to reach out to the child she once was, to ask for help, yet can't bear to destroy that fragile illusion of happiness. Oh where has my little dog gone? Oh where can he be? I saw him hiding behind the tree. Why can't I see? Medical technologies these days is advanced. With wounds this clean and precise, your legs could be fully reattached in just a few hours. Are you going to give up your revenge? The young woman stands there alone, paying no attention to the woman nearby or the killer machine strewn across the floor, and instead asks with unsettling intimacy. To complete the mission, use everything at your disposal. The ruthless conditioning from the Pollard Agency resurfaces in her mind. Discord forces herself upright, scanning her surroundings through blurred vision. No legs. Doesn't matter. She looks at her own legs as if they were just two pieces of fabric someone forgot to stitch together. She knows exactly what to do next. With his ears cut short and his tail cut long. Just like needle and thread can turn scraps into toys or clothes, you've got a pair of skillful hands too. One day you'll be able to stitch your life into whatever shape you want. Whatever shape I want. What is it? To have value, to have meaning, to be chosen, to be loved, to be cherished, to be needed, to exist. And why have I become this? A failure who can't even take revenge. My little dog is so cute. I gently pet him. And give him hugs and kisses too. Thread shrinks into the shadows, wary. Once she sees the newcomer has no interest in her, she watches the maid squirm with a touch of pity. Strange. I heard that tailor shop in the old district of Los Prados burned to the ground that Christmas. Only one survivor. A little blue-haired girl. Hi, Wesley. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. we're having a weird one over here. Some very child unfriendly things are happening. You accuse us, but not the other killers. Thread's word, as light as cotton thread, yet deadlier than any weapon. They hit the mark and leave wounds that won't stitch. You shut up! She steps left and avoids the weapon flung in a last lucid burst. But I didn't do anything. She stretches her pale, vein-laced hands out of the shadows and gestures. Except carve a name on that metal plate that fits you better. Discord. Off-key. Unreliable. Suits your ugly state, right? We're so alike, but I won't allow you to have more than me. Bloated, twisted envy settles deeper with time. A young woman is a little thrilled. She loves to dig up and witness the nature that people hide. Eleanor lets the woman finish her cleanup and notices the console's self-destruct bar is completed. After all these years, now that you know the truth, are you satisfied? She tires of the blood stink and heavy air, reels in her threads, blurs her presence, and leaves without a glance back. Hypothermia from blood loss finally hits. Discord's grip on consciousness slips. Eleanor Sinclair stands still like a potted ornament. Engines retreat, power cuts, the destruction countdown ticks. The place is empty and about to be abandoned. Play your own life's melody, rather than back someone else. I can't pass out yet. Even if this twisted world only plays twisted songs. She fights her tremors, grips a slender metal rod at her side, then raises it high and drives it down, skewering the two broken halves of her left leg. Ugh, I hate this. The tip juts grotesquely from her leg. Wet red drips down the rod in steady beats. The clotted wound is punched through again. Muscles spasm. Blood scent smothers the burn smell. Pain takes the brain back. Yeah, red is my favorite color. But I really hate blood. Now. But the nerves are gone. Only a faint, scorched heat lingers. No matter how she tries, her left leg is a foreign thing. She can only drag it awkwardly. The sound of tearing flesh echoes in her ears. Pain is no longer the main concern. The pain, delayed, is already like 1,000 red-hot needles driving through her flesh. What difference would one more make? Her sight goes blood red. She bites her tongue to stay awake. There's still the other one. Move. Come on, move. This barely passes for an emergency measure. With the last of her strength, she crawls a few meters. Blood seeps with each drag. Slugs slick behind her in a long, rusty trail. Dying Pollard hounds still bare their teeth, still obey in fear, still lunge even headless. Discord has seen it too many times. Crying only proves weakness. They learned long ago to kill any feeling that hurts the mission. Emotions are the useless part of a mission. Dear little dog, I love you. Oh where can he be? Her childhood appears one last time. smiling under a cloak of memory, and leaves her a steel needle in her left leg, bleeding hard. Please, Eleanor, give the order. Let me chase her down and kill her. Let me kill her. I'm not worthless. I still have value. I can do it. Please. Her broken whimpers rasp like a small animal in its last spasms. Her long, dry eyes finally wet at those words. All the tears she ever held back fall at once, blending into the red. The young woman's brows curved like a sharp new moon. Painted nails pressed down the rising smile. All right. I'll give you an order. But I have no feet, the girl says. Would you like a pair? Yes, I would. Then come find me at the Bright Defile, she says. The place where Judgment Day can't be postponed forever. While life's breath lingers. On a damp night, the low rumble of thunder drifts from the highest window of the mansion. I'm sorry, Aunt. I thought you would be pleased. You'd better tell me the truth. The madam runs her fingers impatiently along the stem of her glass. The crimson liquid inside is unusually thick, swirling only faintly. The vast room feels far too empty and cold for just two people. No syndicate could keep such a steady supply. Their real employer isn't a gang, it's the military. You think I wouldn't know? You want revenge on me? On Corona? Manzano frowns, tightening her grip on the wine glass as if ready to hurl both the glass and her anger at her niece in the next second. I did it for Discord. Revenge. That tired, worn-out excuse. Manzano has no interest in hearing it. You went into their stronghold with Discord and barely any guards? Even though she survived, she needs prosthetics now. She'll be useless. What exactly were you trying to do? Do you know how many of Corona's eyes are waiting for me to make a mistake? Anyone in Los Prados knows what the name Eleanor Sinclair stands for. In this fragile balance of power, whoever makes the first move becomes the target of everyone else. The victory she had almost claimed is gone. I don't remember raising such a reckless niece. What else are you hiding from me? Facing her aunt's fury, the monstrous niece simply stands with quiet, proper composure. Success doesn't always teach. Sometimes failure teaches better. Her clear, graceful voice flows like poetry, completely at odds with the tense atmosphere. Besides, damaged slaves are always in higher demand. They can never live without their masters. She says it with such sincerity that Manzano feels a chill down her spine, an inexplicable unease creeping in. I said chip. I'm getting hungry. It's hard to tell or even understand what kind of twisted emotion this is. To regain her composure, Manzano wraps her fingers hard against the desk. New thoughts quickly push aside her earlier frustration over her disrupted plans. Never mind. If it fails, we throw it all away. Things are only going to get busier. The young woman bows respectfully, her smile fitting her face like a mask. I'll finish all the tasks you give me, Aunt. Have the maid make me a few more beautiful dresses.
This is an order. Come, let us dance together!
Eleanor? So it really is you.
Fool! I told you the deal is already done!
How do I get over there? It can't be open from this side. What about this one? Oh, hi!
I am not some worthless stray.
Barely a scratch. It will not slow me down.
I'll stitch your limbs together. At your service.
No stain survives my purge. No stain survives my purge.
Hey, I only could. I'll stitch your limbs together.
More of you. Okay.
Restless. Now your flesh will learn my weed!
No?
I'll teach you not to be a coward who turns their back on evolution.
Did you saw punch you out the window?
Gotcha! Haha! How was that reaction time, huh?
And goodbye.
Hey, I only converse with living.
Barely a scratch. It will not slow me down. No
Pity. I'll stitch your break.
pity. I only converse with living things.
Restless. Now your flesh will learn my weed! Cut them down! Shred them apart!
Break!
Shit!
Gall to call yourself a dealer.
Uh-oh. I don't have...
Break!
Greetings and goodbye.
Restless. Now your flesh will learn my weed!
Empty thing. Lies round.
Greetings and good pity.
I bring your life on the line, determination. You think you can outrun my bullets?
Barely a scratch. It will not slow me down. No stain survives my purge.
Betrayal has but one end!
Just you wait. You'll see that you're nothing more than a disposable chip to her.
I am still not totally sure what's happening. Oh, hi, Lilith.
That's an order.
Follow orders?
Copy that.
Huh. That was weird. Gosh, that was a lot right there. That... Oh boy. Let me check how long this next section is. It looks like it could be a while, so I think I'm gonna end here for tonight. Ugh. Kind of a weird note to end on, but... Oh boy. That was a lot. Alright, let's choose someone to raid. How about... Ugh, I'm trying to decide. I hate having to pick between my friends. I think... Okay, let's raid my friend Kiro. He's playing the new Trails in the Sky first chapter remake. A game that I am maybe thinking of picking up at some point. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway. I will not stream tomorrow night. I am planning on doing something else. So I'll probably try to come back to stream the rest of this chapter on Friday. Alright. Thanks everybody for coming. I hope everybody has a good rest of their week. I know some people here have been kind of tired and stressed this week. I also have not been tired and stressed this week, but recovering from stress. So I hope we all get the recovery that we want. Thanks everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Thanks for coming.